Nothing. Nowadays, everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please. I'm trying to get paid.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie the Blerd without fear. Got the homie Robo of Left Face TV. Welcome to episode 64 of the Nerds of Culture podcast, the woke breakfast club, with a dash of what?
Sazon.
That's what we got. That's what we got.
That's right.
And some coffee. Thank you. Courtesy of the wife, because God knows I waited till the last second to decide I wanted coffee.
Coffee is one of those things for me that I think because I have monsters all the time, right? So I wake up, take my meds with a monster. Probably shouldn't. It's unhealthy. I get it. But I never think about coffee until someone says it. And then as soon as someone says, I'll get make some coffee, I go, damn, coffee sounds good right now.
He's like, man, that's that shit I was thinking about earlier, but I couldn't put a word to it.
Cold brews are good. Cold brews are what's up for sure. But there's something about the warmth of a coffee that just kind of brings it all together. That's a part of the appeal for me.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. It's been a wild week. It's been a wild week. It's been a wild week.
Bro, oh my God.
What?
Did you see the follow-up?
Oh, to
the Gene Hackman shit.
Bruh. Okay, so I didn't see everything, but I saw enough to see. I think so when I tuned out, which by the way, in case anyone knows or doesn't know, we lost Gene Hackman today. But not just Gene Hackman. His wife and his dog.
More importantly, yeah, that's the one that made me sad.
It was the dog. I'm not gonna lie. I was sad for Gene Hackman. I was sad for
Gene
the wife.
Hackman. He's old, rich as fuck. He lived an awesome life. I figured he probably died in his sleep. You know, maybe a gas leak or some shit. So like, you know, his wife is in his 60s, so that's not like super old. I mean, we got some birthdays, or you got some birthdays we were talking about that with the intro. 44. Somebody's turning 44 later this year. And I mean, shit, 60 is not that far. That's 15 years. You shit was blinking and it's gone. But still.
Yeah.
Kind of old.
Well,
what'd that dog do?
Yeah, dog didn't do shit. Well, the thing that threw me is that I have this sneaking suspicion that they had been dead for a while.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Fox News. Yeah, Fox News. And
they know their audience. They know their audience. We're talking to old people. You guys need to know this information.
Right. You're right. I even had to apologize. I'm like, look, what do you want me to do? Fox News broke the news. They went and got the search warrant affidavit.
Yeah.
The first thing that came out was...
You know what they did? They did this shit.
Gene Hackman. You're right. Given the audience, they would probably interrupt the president's speech, the State of the Union. Like, hold on, time out.
Time out, motherfuckers. We got
Gene
boots
Hackman
on the ground.
Yeah. I'm outside the estate of Gene Hackman at this time. So first thing that comes out is, like most of us probably already know, passed away, right? What Blerd just said. No signs of foul play. No, nothing else further. Just no signs of foul play. So, no signs of foul play. Okay. Pretty much everybody simultaneously said probably gas. Carbon monoxide, gas leak, you know, something like that. That shit. Bro. So they were found, bodies bloated and decomposing.
Yep.
Bloated and decomposing. The wife on the floor of the bathroom, pill bottles open, pills spread all around her, separate from Gene Hackman.
Right.
Door was ajar, no sign of gas.
Right.
No signs of gas. Like, whoa, okay, this shit just got
I was like, oh shit. I was like, dude, was it at that moment that you started hearing like the CSI, like you saw old boy put the sunglasses on and be like, yeah, the like explosion. He's like, it's like, oh, dude, it's about to be good.
Actually, where my brain went was Saw.
Oh,
and I was and I was imagining, yeah.
Like you started hearing that little tune up.
Gene Hackman had already passed, right? So the wife trying to do the thing, right? He says, let's play a game. And they're like, she's like, I'm trying. And then she didn't make the time. She left.
Look, I always forget. Yeah, what's it called? Hello, Zep. I think that's the name of the song. It's called Hello, Zep.
Really?
What is effectively what is effectively the Thaw scene? Saw theme. I got my words backwards. But like, every time you get to the end of a Saw movie and everybody's like, oh, this is the moment where the main character realizes that it didn't matter what the fuck they did, they ain't getting out of this shit. Like you start hearing like they start like that's what that's the type of shit I was thinking about. I was like,
they were in a trap set by the assistant, not by the dude. That's why the dog died.
That's what the dog.
The dude would have never killed a dog. That's for damn sure. Dog didn't do shit. Yeah,
the dog's like, no, I'm trying to save you. No, okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm not saying I know what happened, but like based on everything that I had heard, I was in the same boat with everybody else. I thought gas leak. But so this is what got me. When they said there were pills scattered all around the wife, I was like, that motherfucker died, and she killed her. But then the people are like, okay, well then what about the dog? Well, here's the thing. They got, not eyewitness report because clearly no one saw it, but like, I think people who were like friends, like close friends of them, said the last time they saw them was January. And then when people were talking about how like, oh, they're in varying stages of decomposition, I was like, ooh. So yeah, them motherfuckers.
Oh wait, no. So there's a problem with that. Omega Cerebro just said the 2 other dogs were found alive, and the door was ajar. So what are you getting at? They weren't seen since January, so maybe the dog starved to death.
Yeah, I was thinking either the dog starved to death or ate some of the, or like, because dogs do that shit. Maybe the dog, one of the, because they said that because the way they worded the dogs, they said, or other, they didn't say dogs per se, they just said other pets on the property. But like, the thing is, the way they worded it, them pets could have been, I mean, maybe they were dogs, but maybe they were animals that either A, didn't have access to that area or were outside. Because when people say on the property, that could mean anything. That could mean the yard, the house, the fucking driveway. It can mean anything. But just based on the little bit of stuff that got out, my thought was like, oh yeah, he died. Like he probably died suddenly because they said like the way that like he was slumped, it looked like he had just suddenly dropped. Like, you hear about people, they just drop dead like that. There's no like, oh wait. Tell my, like, ain't none of that shit. You just like, done. Like, it's a wrap.
That's how I hope I go.
Bro.
I don't even want to know it. I'm going to be gone. It's done. Yep.
Like, when I go, I just want to be, I want that shit to just be like, I'm walking, and then all of a sudden, done. Oh yeah. Shit.
95? That dude was nearly 100.
Ain't this about a bitch?
That dude was nearly 100.
Yeah. Dude.
There's no way. That dude went lights out.
Dude, you know what just made me, ooh, this just got darker. So before I made my exodus from Twitter, I saw that the New York Post had, like, because they would always do this shit. They would always post pictures and whenever Gene Hackman, like, left the house, because he was a recluse. Like, both him and his wife, they were recluses. They didn't leave the house very often. But whenever that motherfucker did, they were always fucking posting pictures of that motherfucker and then commenting on the fact that he didn't look rich. Like, he didn't look like he had millions of dollars. They were always, like, talking about him as if he was some kind of fucking hobo. So when I first heard that he passed, I was like, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that motherfucker died of old age. I was like, man, this dude probably got sick and tired of these motherfuckers fucking with him. But the last time I saw him, he looked bad. And I'm not trying to roast him.
I mean, he looked like he was at the end.
He looked like he was. Well, and that was the other thing. We're talking
about... If you're just not coming in, we're talking about Gene Hackman and his wife passed away, and we're just kind of bullshitting about it right now.
Yeah. So I also want to make this clear too. That was the other thing that was said by the friends of the two. they said that the last time they saw him, he looked like his health was failing. Like
as,
you know
90, as 95-year-olds do.
Right. but the way they were talking like this motherfucker was looking like the crypt keeper or some shit.
Yeah,
yeah. Like I'll be honest with y'all, I want to live a nice, long, like fruitful life, but man, the closer I get to 100, like the worse, like the more I'm gonna be like, man, look, man, just shove my ass down the
85. Y'all, have y'all seen what was it, Midsummer?
Oh man, yeah, throw you off the cliff.
yeah, it's time for the cliff. It's time for the cliff. Just we need
not the wall. We go to the cliff.
We need a much higher cliff than the one they use, because that shit when he was all like, no, man, that's the play. And you know what's that? I leaned over to my wife. I said, That's why, like, if I ever even like entertain, this is like impulsive thoughts, not like I'm in a dark place thoughts, just impulsive thoughts. And if any of you tell me you've never had this thought, you're lying. Because I know you have. Like,
yeah.
How would I kill myself? If I was gonna kill myself, how would I kill myself? Let me tell you something. Jumping off a high thing is not ever anything I'm gonna do. Ever.
No, God no.
Ever. There was that lady that fell out of an airplane, hit the ground and survived.
No, I'm good.
Hit the ground, survived.
I remember that shit. I remember that.
Yeah. Apparently, by the way, fun fact, just a little fun fact. She died. They think that she survived that fall. She landed in a thing of red ants, right?
What?
And they bit the fuck out of her all over, and they think that all the poison from the red ants from biting her is what was keeping her heart going and gave her enough time to get medical help, and that's how she lived. That's a guess.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that's some fucking like Marvel comic shit. That's some shit like oh, my
and then
name.
She woke up and was able to talk to ants.
Right? He's like, my name is Susan Beatrice Angstrom. And I can talk to ants. I fell. No, she's not gonna say I fell. She's like, I was pushed out of an airplane at terminal velocity, but I landed in a special batch of mutated red ants. And as my body laid broken on the ground below, the ants bit me and fused their DNA with mine, giving me the power to talk to specifically red ants, not black ants.
No other ants, not bugs, just red.
Nothing. Like, she can't even shrink to the size. It's like, no.
And not even all red ants, just that one species.
That colony. Like that colony. And dude, you know what? I need to make this. This needs to be a thing. But no, I need to make it as a parody comic. But like, no, you do like it's only that colony, and the entire story is her trying to protect that one colony from like motherfuckers trying to come in and do like deforestation and like paving shit over, and she's always just like no, and they're like, well, what are you gonna do? Like, she's like, I can talk to the ants.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
It. That's how she stops
and
them. That's how she stops
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because this is real life, that she got these powers, and you can't talk to them. So you can't control them. You can only have casual conversations. But check this out. Check this out. Because this is real life that she got these powers in, she's gonna tell you all something. She's gonna be like, I just need y'all to know all they do is food. Food and fuck. They've only ever said anything about food and fucking. That's it.
Occasionally, queen, and then keep going. Food.
Invader. Like,
God damn.
Apparently, they don't really have a lot to say. I'm like, what'd you think? They were ants.
It's like, man, that's crazy. And you know what I would love? I would love to see this woman at the I would love to see her at the her first Avengers meeting. Like, it's gonna be like that shit with the brown bomber. They're gonna be like, so what do you do? And she's like, I can talk to red ants. And then like Captain America's like, oh, you mean like all ant? No, just red ants. Just red ants. Wait. So like any red ants? No, just these one in this one particular podunk town where I crash landed.
Well, we could breed them, and then you could control them in swarm places. Oh, no, I can't control them. Casual conversations. You know.
Basic
They talk
shit.
mostly about food.
Yeah. Occasionally they say
what
Yas Queen.
Like,
occasionally they say Yas Queen. And then
they're really big into gay culture, and they talk about Queen. They call each other Queen all the time. It's cute, actually.
I love this shit. I live for it. That's all I have to say.
Oh, going back a little bit over on the Twitch side, Yabo, cats would have eaten them. At least dogs were loyal. That's right. Remember that.
Dude, I always tell people that shit. and motherfuckers don't want to believe me. I'm always like, bruh, you do know the motherfuckers will fucking eat you. Like I remember
I love my pets so much. I hope they do.
You know what? Honestly, if someone's gonna fucking eat me, I'd rather be my fucking pets than some Jeffrey Dahmer looking motherfucker. Like got my ass got my ass in like Ziploc bags in the refrigerator and shit. Fuck
and
that.
you were only picked because you were black in the first place.
Bro.
That.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Racist.
That's right. That's right.
But you know what it is? So this is so unrelated. But you know how like sometimes I don't know if this ever happens. Do you ever get like in a groove when you're like watching something? And you're like, man, I really like this one thing that I'm watching. I want to watch more things with the same person in it. I fall into that trap a lot of the time. So I'm watching Claws right now.
As long as it was not Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, no, not Pedro Pascal. Honestly,
he has 2 new movies coming up, and as soon as I heard that, I thought of you immediately. I was like,
bruh, let me tell you something. I was showing Cynthia that trailer for was it Death of a Unicorn?
Okay.
And, yeah. And she was like, "Oh, I've heard really good things. Like, I really want to check this out." Then she saw Jenna Ortega's face, and she was like,
"Oh, here we go."
She was
like Jenna Ortega, though.
Like she was like, "God damn it!" And that was me too, because I was like, "Man, ain't this about a bitch?" But and then same Pedro Pascal. I was watching Gladiator 2. I finally like watched Gladiator 2, and I was like, fuck, I forgot that motherfucker was in this shit. God damn, I'm about sick of this mother. And then it makes it worse that both him and I forget the damn dude's name, but the guy that's gonna be playing Human Torch and Fantastic Four, they're both in it. So the whole time I'm just like, yeah, I bet you motherfuckers like y'all like, yeah, man, we like working together. Let's get this Marvel bag.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we about to get this Marvel bag.
What's funny is you said it's not even anything about him. It's not his acting.
No.
It's just literally the amount of times you've seen him.
He's a good dude. He's like even before, like, 'cause apparently over the week
he's a woke king too.
He's a woke king. The thing is, everybody was like, "Oh my god, I didn't know." I was like, I kind of already knew because I knew he had a trans sister, and I knew that like I've actually seen him online, not just defending.
Yeah, he'll go
her.
in. He'll go in on somebody. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll. That motherfucker got time. He's like, that man was like, look, man, I'm in between takes on this motherfucking on these reshoots. Yeah, on this Fantastic Four and this Last of Us. Man, look, I got time, man. Who want this goddamn smoke? Who wants this Chilean fucking smoke right now? I got you. But no, to get it back to it though, like I started watching Claws. With those own notes, a TV show about a group of women, specifically one played by Niecy Nash. And you'll see where I'm going with this in just a moment. But I've fallen in love with that show because it is so fucking messy. But yeah, it's about these women who run a nail salon. They get caught up in crime, and it's basically do nails, do crime. There you go. That's the show. Okay,
it's like Good Girls, but with a nail salon.
Kind of, but also these women are more bought into the crime. They're like they have no.
Oh, they're straight up criminals.
Yeah, they're straight up criminals. Okay, like there's no, there are no. There's none of this. Well, technically we're only doing this to. No. We in this shit.
We do crimes. Got it.
Crime, like not crime. Not CRIME. No, it's CRY. them kind of crimes. But no, Niecy Nash, who I've become I always like
Christina Hendricks. I love the fuck out of Christina Hendricks. Man.
I love. Sorry. I'm not gonna lie. That's an S tier white woman. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna keep it moving.
S tier. Is there a double S? Some games have double S. She is. That shit is.
Let me stop.
Stopping. Sorry. Okay. Stop. All right. Sorry,
I'm like, the titties is double F.
Yeah.
But no,
dude, she's shaped like old girl on who was it? The Powder Puff Girls, the secretary.
Oh shit! Yeah. Dude.
Yeah. Man,
dude, it's like okay. So I'm telling you, so if we get a live action Powerpuff Girls movie, if Christina Hendricks is not cast as a secretary,
that's right.
Why are we even doing this?
We riot.
We riot at dawn, mind you. I don't even get up at dawn, but we riot at dawn, goddammit. But no, so eventually, because of Niecy Nash, who also is blessed with a glorious amount of Tiggos, 2 scoops of titties for everybody. But no, which by the way, they go out of their way on that show to make sure you see them, not like see them bare, but like. At no point do they ever in that show go out of the way and be like, hey, actually, Niecy, can you cover them up a little bit? No, they're like, no.
Put those away.
They're like, no. Here, actually, there's a set like a.
It's called Claws.
Yeah, Claws. It's in the thing too.
Yeah.
It's in the thing.
Yeah.
But it's that's also gonna bring up Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy is a fucking trip. It's Hank from Breaking Bad. Instead of being a fucking cop, that motherfucker's a whole ass criminal, like fucking Dixie Mafia criminal. But anyway, there's like a little wardrobe person that comes every now and then. Actually, Niecy, can we open this up a little bit more so we can see more of the titties? That's basically what I feel like they do in that show. But no, Niecy Nash, I'm actually working my way backward through her catalog of shit. Because I just realized I really like her as an actress. I also like titties.
I bet you did. Wow. I don't think I quite noticed how good of an actor she is.
Yeah, she's right. It's like, I mean, I think she deserves an Oscar. I actually think those 100%. Titties deserve those titties deserve. I mean her. She deserves her. But no.
Hey, so in case you didn't know, in case this is your first time here, we're totally progressive. This is a safe space.
Yes. Hey. But
we're unapologetically straight too. So what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do?
Look. I'll be real with y'all.
I like.
There is nothing. There is not 1 ounce of non-heterosexuality within me. But I will say this: y'all would still be mad at me if I was gay and talking about dicks. So that let's just keep it a buck. So look, ain't nobody safe, okay? Ain't nobody safe. Yep. But I tell you what, just because I know I've been acting kind of
live your truth.
Look, I know we've been talking a little out of pocket, so I'm gonna play that, and we're all good now.
All right. Reset.
Okay.
Reset.
We've reset. Oh, wait. Before we do, because I do want to send a shout out to Michelle Trachtenberg. We lost Harriet the fucking spy this week as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah. You know what? Not gonna lie, it made me feel really bad too, because I remember I always liked Michelle Trachtenberg. There's just certain roles I didn't like her in. Sure. Like, I know some people kept bringing up Buffy. I fucking hated her in Buffy. I could not stand her little ass. Like every time she was on the camera in Buffy, I would just get mad. I'd just be like, God. Like I was the dude. I was this guy. I was this guy every time she showed. I was like, man, ain't this about a bitch? Ugh, gone. Like her and Tara. I couldn't stand either one of the motherfuckers. I was like, man, y'all gone somewhere. Man, y'all boring. Like, man, go hang out with Xander
you liked her
somewhere.
in Harriet the Spy though?
Yeah, Harriet the Spy, Euro Trip, and what was it? Gossip
she was
Girl.
in Euro Trip. That's right.
Yeah. I liked her like quite literally. in everything else she'd ever been in, Buffy was the one thing I did not like her in. And it wasn't like, oh, fuck her. Like, no, it was like, I don't like your character. I think your character, is terrible.
Yeah, that makes sense. She was a little, yeah, she was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, she was something. Like honestly, Michelle Trachtenberg is one of those types of people. And I'll be honest with you, it's always going to be this way for me. If my first experiences with you are when you are a child, she's one of those people, like, I always feel weird about,
even though she's in her 40s, she was in her 40s,
right? Like well, no, like it's always that, like, well, even weirder is that I am older than her, but only by like a couple of years. But I always look at her and be like, I'm like, man, like I don't know, it's weird. Like, it's not so much that it feels creepy to me, it's just that I'm just like,
you can't get the young version of what you know.
It's like, yeah, especially with, like, I always would jokingly call her Harriet the Spy. So I'm like, oh,
you remember
shit,
Harriet the Spy?
Man, Harriet.
Wait,
that orange videotape and everything.
No, she's 40. She's 40 something now. She's but you started off with Harriet the Spy though. That's a
little sus. That's a little sus. That's like some of you. I know you and I are old enough to remember this shit, but like I still remember, the moments in history where everybody, man, thank God the internet didn't exist the way it does today. There'd be so many motherfuckers under investigation right now. But like back in the early aughts, I remember those times. There were two key moments in our history where an entire group of people told on themselves and nobody paid it any attention.
R&B 90s.
One of them was the R. Kelly tape.
Yeah.
Because it was really weird, because almost everyone you knew had watched it on some level or another.
Real talk? I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
It is... I know it more through jokes and memes. That's what I know of it.
And not because I was too good to see it. Like
no,
not me. It was more along the lines of like, in my brain, I was like, so she was underage. That makes that tape child porn,
right?
If I find that fucking tape and I watch that shit, I'm not in the feds. I'm not getting, for the rest of my life, fucking what you call it, the sex registry, sex predator registry, whatever it's called. Like, nah, you can keep it.
It's crazy to me though, because like so many people would publicly like I mean in public be like,
I've heard. She was kind of bad though.
She ain't look like no.
She was a kid, man. What the fuck?
No, man. See, she had some big old like. No. Stop. I'm like,
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, no, 100%.
Nah. Well, the other one was the Olsen twins. The Olsen twins was another one. Like when there was the countdown to legality, 18. I was like, bruh, like. From people who were like, because I'm trying to remember. I don't remember exactly. I don't know how old they are now, but to my understanding, they're like 38. I think so they're about roughly around the same age as Michelle Trachtenberg. So like, I always thought it was weird. Like, okay, people who were like around my age, I was like, that's not as weird because. Yeah, it's not. It's not like, oh, I'm 42 now and they're like 16, 17 years old. Yeah, no, it's like no, they're like I'm just a couple of years older than them. So it's like, whatever.
You probably would feel less about her that way if she maintained her career throughout her life. Because when actors do that, we get to kind of grow up with them, you know?
Right.
If they kind of fall off and they stop acting for whatever reason, the last thing in your head is that, and it's kind of, I get it. I get it.
It's kind of the difference between like Keke Palmer and other like celebrities who came out.
Or Tatiana Ali.
Or Tatiana Ali, same. Like, I look at these people.
Because she's bad and nobody's going to guilt me for shit.
Dude, no. Okay, first off,
I love her so much.
I was watching Abbott Elementary the other day.
Yes!
And
that's exactly what
she showed up. I was like, ooh.
That's exactly what I saw. I'm like, golly, she is so bad. She's purdy. That's
I was like, damn, dude, she done got thick.
man.
But no, it's different because, like I said, like you grew up with these people like kind of in your age bracket.
Right,
so to me, that's not weird. But like, it's just that
when she was
like,
on TV, you were just only a little bit older than her in the first place. Yeah.
Right. So like, yeah, those type of situations. But like, it always weirds me out when people who were like good and grown. Like back then, and they're like, "Ooh, yeah, man, I can't wait till she."
Every time,
Yeah,
every time.
Look, at that moment, I'm already prepping the rope on the wall. At that point, like when I hear that shit, I'm like, "Ooh, okay, let me go ahead and." Ooh, man, we.
Oh, for the red flag.
Yeah. No. This is for the wall. This is for the wall.
Got it.
Yeah, this is for the
To
wall.
the wall. Yeah,
I'm already like, I'm like, ooh, let me measure this out. Let me. Hey, that motherfucker, he about 6'2", so we're gonna need about. Yeah, man, we're gonna need about another couple of dozen feet of rope just to make sure his feet don't touch the ground. I want to make sure this motherfucker swing.
But also, you gotta have a guy because it's to warn everybody else. So you gotta really put him up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
That way to warn everybody else. You know
Right.
What's the point if nobody else can see it? You know?
Right. No. Everybody got to know. I'm sorry. Look. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. Everybody needs to know. Everybody needs to know. I'm sorry.
100%. 100%. She died of liver failure.
Well, yeah. So it was. Yeah. So Michelle,
wasn't it?
Well, yeah. She was. I think she was going into liver failure. She had to have a transplant, and apparently something happened after the transplant. Like it was.
Nerd Large knows what's up.
Dude.
That's by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I gotta, don't quote me, correct me if I'm wrong, but she is one of the ones I'm talking about where she's not half African American, half Panamanian. She's Panamanian. I think both of her parents are Panamanian.
100%.
And that's a whole ass black woman.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, she's like, like me colored or something. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, dude, she 46.
That's yep. And nobody can say shit. I said a little bit older than her. She's a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
Damn, how old was I? What?
She was because she was born in 1979.
Oh, she's only okay. That's right. I turned 45 this year. Okay.
So, yeah, dude.
So when she was on TV, we were about the same age.
Dude. You know what that means? That means we got a chance.
That's right.
That means we got a
yeah. What's it? Tatiana Lee husband.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me see what the husband looked like. I need to, I'm double checking myself.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I was gonna call it, and wait a minute.
No, he's well, I don't know. Wait, is this the current husband? Or is this
he's like what's that redheaded dude on the Clippers? He might not be in the Clippers anymore, but y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, she's what's his name? Von Raspberry or whatever the fuck.
That's a perfect name for him too.
Yeah. Dude, what I love those, you can tell when that motherfucker don't like go outside for a little bit because he get light bright and 2 shades from white. Good
Blake
Lord.
Griffin, yeah. He's like Blake Griffin black.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Can her husband fight? Yeah, can't no, and it's not because I want to fight him. I just want to know, can he protect her?
Right. You know because at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? Women need protection.
That's right.
They need protection.
They're gonna be by themselves, protect themselves? No.
Look, man. Look,
I
don't know.
What if they come into a bear? Can you fight a bear?
I mean, look. I'll just say this. I'll fight a bear for Tatiana Lee. Man, yep. I'd fight 2 bears. 2. Now wait a minute. Now the question is, I didn't say what color bear.
And how old the bear is.
Right.
Like the bear was born like this morning.
Right.
I'll fight that bitch.
You know what it is? What was it? I remember we were watching this documentary with my daughter Cersei, and we were we learned this little rhyme that helps you remember how to interact with what type of bear.
Okay.
And it was like, if it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. And if it's white, good night.
Your food. Yeah, it's good night. I'm about to say. Yeah. I never heard that. You know, like, nah, the polar bear's gonna fight. You're eating.
It's done. Yeah. Matter of fact, if you see the motherfucker, it's too late. He got you.
In this environment, you know, it's in this economy. Now, for him, he's like, in this environment,
nah,
bro, you all fucked up this earth. I barely eat as it is. So you're next. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I'm eating them cheeks, right?
What? Why are you laying down? I mean, I appreciate it. It's just, you know, it makes it easier for me, but you still can't eat.
Well, it's like and the thing is, I never fully understood it because I was like, because I remember I was like, man, that's kind of racist. That's racist saying this is black fight back. But then I had to be reminded. I was like, oh wait, that's because black bears are actually kind of they're the smaller ones, and they're typically the more scared, the more timid of the bears. Like if you just like get loud and bang the sticks together, all that shit.
Right? Yeah.
But like a brown bear, they gonna fuck you up too.
Bro,
but look,
I don't think I've ever been afraid of a bear before because I didn't grow up in the country, right? So I'm afraid of sharks because I always grew up by water. And then I saw Revenant.
Oh shit! Yeah, no.
With Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking horrifying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's horrifying. I'm pretty sure everything a bear tries to eat shits itself because it's alive and you're chewing on it. You know, so I'm like, me shitting myself is not gonna even do anything. It's gonna be like, yeah, that's normal. That happens a lot.
Yeah. It's yeah, no, I'm good. That said, I do real quick, because I don't want to. I know we've just been talking shit. You know how we do, guys. You know how we do. Yo, look. First off, can we just not let's normalize not being surprised.
That's right.
Let's normalize
in our little planner. We actually mark off about 15 minutes to bullshit. Yeah. It almost always goes about 45 minutes to an hour.
Give or take. You know, I'm just, it's whatever. Look,
I don't even know why we write that shit down.
It's like, look. You knew what this was, okay? You knew what this was. We have got, by the way, shout out to those of you who have been hooking up the Nerds of Culture coffers. Out here, we have got, and here, let me make sure that I've got my my settings correct, because this should usually be fucking up sometimes. We've actually got, we got 3. Yeah, we got 3. We're gonna be taking a look at here. Where is? Goddamn, where'd it go?
I think one is in the is in Streamlabs because I didn't see it come across the chat.
There's 2. There's
Nice.
there's 2, and which, by the way, man, shout out to
that's what's up.
Yeah, shout out to the people out here, hooking us up on the Streamlabs side of things, because once again, it's appreciated. Okay, here we go. I fixed it. I think I fixed it. One. This is better. This is the one I meant to go to. Let's take a look at this. We got one here from Stomp 10 with the 5. Says, "What up, Blerds? Just want to point out the fact that Adam Eve's dad is frustratingly stupid. And I get angry every time he pops up. Look, you're not alone. I don't know if you've... Robo, correct me if I'm wrong. Have you ever read the comic?
No, but I do have an opinion on the father.
Okay, well, the only thing that was really just because I was going to say he's no better in the comic. So I was actually hoping he would be one of the characters they fixed. But I guess if you fix him, you don't really...
Misses the point.
Yeah, you miss the point of Adam Eve. But but yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit. I can't stand him. He is everything that I think is wrong about TV, movie, media dads. He's everything I think that's like wrong with them. Like, he's insufferable. He's a piece of shit.
You're right.
he doesn't contribute anything, to the conversation outside of the fact that he's trash.
What I get from him is he seems like he's a weak allegory for the father of somebody who's gay. They're doing the whole mutant thing. Like, it's like he's supposed to be that father who's begrudgingly accepting her, like, I guess just better not put that shit in my face, but right. I agree that they're kind of like,
well, I mean, can't you just tone it down? Like,
they're laying it on
all the time,
right? Yeah.
Jeez.
I think it's funny. Yabo in over on the Twitch side said the only character I don't like is Mark. And me and names, I'm like, Mark.
Man.
Isn't that like the main character?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I get why they're saying that. Having read all 144 issues of Invincible plus spinoffs, Mark is fucking insufferable for like most of it. Like, really? I don't like, I agree. Mark to me is the least interesting character in his own story. And I say this because he's always moralizing when he is equally as guilty of the shit that he's moralizing about. Right. The whole thing about not killing people, not like, going so hard in the pain on people. He does that shit all the fucking time. He does it all the time. He is always going hard in the paint on shit. Like he's the type of dude who will use the full force of his power on somebody that he assumes is as super as he is.
Got it.
And
then we'll cry for like 3 episodes when they explode into a shower of blood and sinew.
Well, and then now I will say I'm gonna put a caveat because of the things that happen later in the series. There is a reason why he is insufferable on one particular issue. There is a reason why he's insufferable on one particular issue, and that's related to Anissa. Like I totally give him the grace on that. I give him the grace on that. However, no, not yet.
Okay.
But the way that he talks to Oliver and Alan the alien and a bunch of other characters about how they operate and function and do shit, like as the series progresses, it becomes one of those where it's like, Mark, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, every single time Mark, like, especially in those last 40 issues, every time that motherfucker talked, I was just like,
that's stupid. Use your common sense.
Like every single fucking time, I was like, dude, go somewhere. I said, can we let other dude be invincible again? Because I like that dude way better. Like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Mark is trash. He's trash.
Does Mark make it to the end of the series, or does he get replaced? Yes. Or okay,
no, he makes it through the series, but like it's annoying. He's annoying, and honestly, if you don't, I'll put it like this: if you're watching Invincible and you have never read the comics, this isn't a spoiler. If you don't like Mark now, you are never going to like him because he does not get any better. If you're on the fence about Mark, by the time you get to the end of this shit, you will not be on the fence anymore. You will have firmly picked a side on how you feel about Mark. And if you're one of those people like, man, I don't see exactly why you guys are going so hard in the paint on Mark.
Low-key me.
You will be on the fence. You'll either be on the fence or have chosen a side. You either be on the fence or have chosen a side by the time it's all said and done.
I get the insufferable part, but I just feel like it's a part of his character. I mean, he had a dad who was a genocidal alien. I mean, I yelled at my kids too much and they got issues. Can you imagine if I was a genocidal alien who didn't love his mom? Who said his mom was like a pet?
I mean, that part I get, but it's not even about that. It's his moralizing on what is the right way to be a superhero. And it's like he doesn't even follow his own. That's my issue, is that he is always trying to. He's always trying to do that shit where he's like, let me puff my chest out, put my hands on my hips. I don't think that you should be allowed to do this. I don't think you should be allowed to superhero this way. I think you're superheroing wrong. The way I do it is the right way, and it's the only way. And honestly, if you're not doing it my way, then I think you're a supervillain, and I'm better than you because I am so moral.
Facts.
But then we'll turn the fuck around and do some foul shit and be like, well, what do you mean?
What I like about the show is they call it out.
What do you mean? No, they call. Well, okay, now I will say this. The comic would call it out too, but not in a way that condemned Mark. Like I don't feel like Mark at any point was ever made to feel bad about his stance. The animated series definitely, and I think that's why sometimes adaptations can, especially if handled right, can be better.
Yes.
Yeah, they can improve on the formula. The things that are problematic, like case in point, the gay friend. Who, since you didn't read the comics, I will tell you this much. The gay friend is not gay in the beginning of the comic. He is whole ass straight and is thirsting for Eve, almost from the word go. And I know that Robert Kirkman's going to try and I think he actually has tried to say this shit before. Like, oh no, he was always planning to be gay. That shit didn't happen till like good later in the series. Like we're talking like 40, 50, maybe even 60 some odd issues later. And they were constantly making gay jokes, and sometimes jokes that, and they that was how they hand waved it away. Oh, no, he can say that because he's gay now. Fuck out of here. That said, we've also got Beastmaster, man, out here on the Streamlab side. Ooh, and what is this? Ooh, wait. Is this one of my favorites? Love to see it.
Speaking of Beatmasters.
Man, Beatmaster out here with the 1999 super chat. And did David say anything? Just out here giving support, man. It's wild. In this economy, good Lord. We've also got Jonathan Cantras out here with the $2 says Christina. I think are you talking about Christina Hendricks as Poison Ivy for the DCEU? Bruh, okay, first off, that movie would make $1 billion.
And I mean as is.
Just
as is. I don't even need her Mad Men, although Mad Men probably is a risk it all type of situation.
Yeah.
And I would let down a lot of people.
Man.
And that's okay, because I'm pretty sure if Maneater was put to the test with Pedro Pascal, she would let me down. And we know our limitations. So Pedro Pascal, don't do me dirty, because I'm pretty sure that's the one. Christina Hendricks, I don't know. I don't know. That would be like, I'm sorry. I thought I was better.
Look, man. Look.
I thought I was better.
Like, truth be told, if some you know what? Honestly, nah. You know what? I'm not even gonna take the L on that one, because I would be like, look, y'all knew better. I told y'all she was an S-tier white woman, and y'all left me alone around her. This ain't on me.
No.
This ain't on me. You know what? I didn't fail this city.
Yep.
You failed this city because y'all left
by
me
the way,
alone.
If you are a Christian, and statistically you probably are, the Bible says the Lord will never give you more than you can handle. So clearly, he would have wanted me to do it anyway, because I couldn't handle that shit. I broke.
Hey, I mean, like,
hey, talk to God, don't talk to me. That was me. I didn't do it. That was preordained. He knew my name before I was made, so he knew that shit was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, hey. What was it? Those people say, it was like hot for like all of like I think a month. It's above me now.
That's right.
That would have been me. I'd be like, It's above me now.
Hey, you know what I
can't.
mean?
This isn't. You see this? This is where I'm at. This where she at. She came down here to meet me.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that?
So you're saying a deity comes down and wants to be with you. You're gonna say no? Nah, I don't think so. I think
look,
you know
look,
what's kind of fucking.
What's that?
I'm gonna take a slight turn for the more serious, darker side of life.
Oh.
when I in my first marriage, it just the way I was joking just now reminded me. In my first marriage, I would say shit like that, unironically, dead ass serious.
Mean it.
Mean it. I'd be like, look, I'm not perfect. You know, even Peter, no, Paul would say, God, he would pray to God, God, why do I do the things I know I should not do and don't do the things that I should? King David, let me tell you, let me give you all a little peek into my douchebaggery. So I got this tattoo right. I got this tattoo right here. All right.
There you
Just
go.
believe me. You saw it. It's a verse. Psalm 144, verse 1. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. And the reason why I got that is because King David was my favorite character in the Bible. Well, Robo, you said it was going to show you how to be a douchebag. You have a favorite character in the Bible, King David, a man after God's own heart? No, because let me tell you, the reason why he was my favorite is because he was out on the balcony, saw Bathsheba, butt-ass naked, taking a bath, and said, I gotta have that. Sent her husband, who was one of the generals, to war, ordered him to the front lines so that he could die. So really murdered her husband to have her, took her as a wife.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay because he knew he was a bad person, tore his clothing and repented and cried. And God said, he is a man after my own heart. So when I'm out there being a whole insecure piece of shit, getting validated, walking out on my then wife, being a fucking whole ass hoe, hey, I'm flawed. I'm flawed, okay? I would be talking about that shit, man. Me joking earlier gave me like some flashbacks. I was like, ugh. I used to, like, trust me. If I met me, we would fight. I fucking hate that dude. He's a piece of shit.
Look. God's plan.
Yeah.
Hey, but no, real talk though.
Message.
We also got we also got Cap Diesel's dojo out here, which by the way, shout out to the homie Cap Diesel out here. We got him over here with the this is actually be an easy kind of quick one. Did y'all enjoy the new Spider-Man series? Actually,
1,000,000%. Yeah,
we did. We talked about it last week. I'm not really going to rehash any of it, but I will definitely say, easily moved to the front, the front of the pack, in terms of Spider-Man, Spider-Man stuff for me. So I 100%, I loved it unequivocally,
and I wasn't expecting to. By the way, I was not expecting to.
No,
I remember I said I was like, this is going to be good. I have faith in it. It's going to be Disney. They've been doing really well with the Marvel. But I could tell it's going to be something I'm probably going to just introduce to my grandson. And it'll be good for him. That should actually end up being dope. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. You remembered. We're still here. It's a show for kids that adults could, versus the other one, you know, there's that Kid Avengers one that's like for real kids, you know,
like babies.
And this is why you should share, you know, like, oh
man,
okay.
I'll say this much, as far as I guess like the way that it was presented. It did initially come off to me as kind of being what you were talking about. Like I was like, oh, I wonder if this is just gonna be for kids. like young kids.
The
and
art
like,
was really what was like. I don't know
Yeah.
about this.
but like once you watch that first episode, oh no, this for us.
Easy.
This is for us. This is
easy.
yeah. But no, go y'all go show some love to Captain Diesel over there. Captain Diesel's out here putting out hot content. Out here killing it. Love to see it. And what else was I gonna say? I think that's we're caught up. So I guess you know what? Let's go ahead and get into our shit. Yeah, we bullshitted for an hour. Let's talk about what we actually came here to talk about.
So this week, you know, these are gonna be. I feel like these are harder weeks because when it's something like pop culture, like what's happening right now, you can just kind of like talk about it. But this week we're gonna do something different, right? We're gonna do the whole we're gonna talk about something that's probably a little bit more evergreen, a little bit more, you know, get chat involved type shit. So expect the lines, so to speak, to be open. At the end of this, we'll make time. Or we'll try to make time. We'll see. But the thumbnail, right?
Oh,
the alt-right reaching out to nerds, right? And how that affects us. How does it happen? And this all kind of popped into my head when it was on the list of things that we were gonna want to like do, like right when we were planning this whole thing with Cypher and you know, we never really got into it because it is it's a
dense topip.
It is. It's very dense. And but then I saw a couple of videos on it. Elite had sent me a video on the nerd to alt-right pipeline. And I'm like, you know what? That's bullshit about it. So a lot of this stuff is gonna be borrowed from those videos, but like how we always do, we're gonna put our own experiences on it because I'm pretty sure every video I watched was by a white dude or a white woman on this shit.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't have good points, but it's like, okay, well, let's put some seasoning in here.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So in your experience, right? When we talk about like being a nerd, especially for like our age group and the age group of many people in the chat, like what did that look like to you in like the 90s, early 2000s? Like what did that look like?
Man, it was a different era because so I remember the thing that I think a lot of people probably do, and it's that there were certain levels of being a nerd that were acceptable.
Right.
But for the most part, it wasn't really like a widespread thing. Like if you were like the only acceptable thing you were really allowed to be a nerd about was Star Trek. Like because that was kind of a thing. Like Star Trek been around long enough to like, you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm a Trekkie. Yeah, I'm a Trekkie.
Yeah.
Like,
you couldn't be like know everything about it. Yeah, no. I watch it with my parents at night at dinner. Like, sure.
Like,
but you can't be like, oh, episode, like, man, I can't really believe the Kinjarari are coming back and
right.
You know?
Man, oh, dude, you know my favorite episode? My favorite episode is one where they're on Stardate 25.60708-912. Yeah, man. Like you couldn't be that level of nah. I'll put it to you like this. There were people who would call themselves Trekkies who weren't really like not Trekkies in the way that you would traditionally think of. Like, it'd be like, oh, like for casual people, being a Trekkie just meant you liked watching Star Trek. It didn't mean that you knew everything about it. It just means you just liked it. But then, you know, that was the thing. So that was like an acceptable level of nerdiness. But like liking comic books, liking video games, liking, you nerdy TV shows, whatever, cartoons, you know, stuff like that, anime, whatever. None of that stuff was really particularly mainstream. Like I remember in the 90s that whenever I would talk about my personal interests, like I remember Sailor Moon was kind of hitting the scene. And I remember because some of my friends would come over, because my house was the closest to our school. So usually everyone would mob up at my house before we actually just went on in. And I remember I used to watch Sailor Moon in the morning. And then they showed up a little bit early when it was still on, because usually by the time they would go off, they would just be showing up. So I'd be like, okay, cool. They don't have to see me watching this shit. But I remember the first time they came in and actually saw me watching it, dude, I got the shit roasted out of me for like a week.
Not only was it anime, but it was an anime for girls.
For girls, yeah.
right.
Oh, no. And it was even better was, Sailor Moon, Power Rangers. I got into this like habit where I would record them so I could watch them later. Like I wouldn't watch them in front of these people I was friends with. Because I remember, we talked before. I remember being at a birthday, my own birthday fucking party, and and it was the year that Power Rangers first started coming out, and my mom got me all the Power Rangers for my birthday, and they were there.
Which birthday?
It was so this was like 92, 93, so it was like 10 or 11.
Okay.
Like 10 or 11, whatever. And I remember or it may have been a little late. I might have been closer to 12 or 13. Point of the matter is, it doesn't really fucking matter. Point is that I got the toys, and when I opened up the presents wherever they started, Power, and I was like so excited. I had a fucking Megazord, had all 5 rank. That was Tommy wasn't out yet. And I even had like Goldar and some other monsters and shit. And I remember, and this shit stigmatized me for a little bit. The dudes I was talking about, they were all fucking laughing at me. Like they were like sniggling and giggling about me. And so it was because, and I kind of get why, because, they were street kids. Like, these motherfuckers was like they, every time you saw them, it looked like they were going to go shoot basketball. Like, this is what they did. If it wasn't about basketball, they didn't give a fuck about it. And the only video games they played were Madden and NBA Live. That would like that tells you how long it was. 2K wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah. I'd be willing to bet, if you really put your mind to it, I bet you probably closer to 14.
Probably.
14,
I probably
you know
was.
What I'm saying?
I probably was. The
10 is little. That's right around.
Let's see.
While you look that up, well, that's right around when it stops being cool.
I was 11.
Oh my God, dude. What are these kids?
Exactly.
10, 11, I was still doing little kid shit, and all my friends were still doing little kid shit.
Well, the only reason I remember that it was kind of around that time frame is because literally the Power Rangers had just started coming on TV, and that was in 93. So I was, and like I was born in 82. So
that's surprising, because I remember, so when I was 10, I had just showed up to Jacksonville, Florida. So I lived in Jacksonville, Florida for like 6 years. And I mean, me and my friends, we pretended to have our own R&B group. We played basketball every day.
Oh, damn.
We definitely played video games every day. We were kids. I'm trying to remember. Oh, you know what? Maybe, because I do remember all of us going to this other kid's house because they found his dad's porn, and we watched that. So we definitely were old enough to like want. So maybe that's about right. Maybe my memory's off, and that is about the time where it's like you're a little kid, like bitch.
Wait a minute,
you haven't even hit puberty yet.
I have to giggle at this. Ernie Loki old enough to be on Black Comic Lords. Hey, the homies, man.
How old are they?
They're all like our age. They're all like our age. So yeah, they're like, I think maybe one of them might be a little bit older than us, but not by much. Like we're about same age. We're about the same age.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Hold on.
Oh, no. It's all good. I love. It's all love.
For sure. But I'm just saying, these dudes are in their 50s.
Okay, yeah.
They gotta be in there because this dude looks like my dad.
God damn. It's like, goddamn.
No
Hey,
shade
baby.
though. No shade.
No,
Everybody
no.
got to be an age. You know, everybody got to be a certain age. It's not shade.
But I remember, man, the first time that someone ever talked
They were
to me.
talking about being in college in the 90s.
Oh,
That's
shit.
which checks.
Yeah, okay.
Which
Yeah,
checks
that
because
tracks,
I was in 95. I would start high school. So if they were in college, they're about 10 years older, and they look about 50 in their 50s. Yeah. As a matter of fact, my homie that we did a show with that one time I was deployed with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in his 50s because I was like in my early 30s when we were deployed together, and he retired a little after that. So yeah. Nothing new says, oh shit, I'm old. I was thinking about that as I said it. I'm like, I know this dude's older than us in here. I don't think there's anything wrong with like being that. I would just say a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Just as a matter of.
Well,
yeah, but you are old as fuck though. You are.
This like, goddamn. I just know that for me as a kid coming up, I don't even like saying I hung with a rough crowd because I mean they weren't like bad people, but I mean they were rough around the edges,
Sure.
way more than myself.
Did you grow up in a poor neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was like me in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
My dad was in the Marines, so I don't want to say like I grew up like in poverty, but he was like an E4, E5. So he bought a house out there, so it wasn't gonna be like an expensive ass house. I grew up in a poor neighborhood. I don't want to say, everybody it was a little bit poor. I went by there recently. It's still the same, but it's pretty.
I don't like. I would never like. I guess my whole worry was I didn't want to frame it like, yeah, man. See, I came up in the ghetto, man. I was out here
projects.
Like I
had to keep that thing on me,
right? Like don't. Okay, so anyone who knows about Memphis, to give you an idea of where I lived on the outskirts of Orange Mound. Anyone who has ever lived in Memphis, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, to give people an idea, if you are from Memphis or have at least spent any time in Memphis, where I lived, it was like kind of in and around Sherwood Middle School. So to kind of give you a rough idea of where I was at. But it wasn't like the area I was in. I mean, yeah, it was rough, but I mean, like, I never felt like I was like in any imminent danger or anything like that. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get got one of these days. No, but no, but the kids, I mean, they were tough. They were like, these kids were all tough, and this was like at the peak of what I feel was like the 90s hyper masculinity. Like, yeah, man, real men don't
100%.
cry. You ain't. What was it? You got to come to school wearing the freshest shit. Like, I wasn't even like
clown. Like what? Like, but you know they kind of still do that. That's where the whole "what are those" came in from. You know, but no, for 100%, your shit could not be off brand.
Nope,
had to be on brand.
You might get your shit taken. You had to walk a fine line because you either you came in wearing some fucked up ass shit, like you wearing like we call them bobos, like you wearing them bobo ass shoes and whatever, or you wear like bobo ass clothes, but like you couldn't jump too fresh on them because you jump too fresh, they're gonna snatch your shit. Because I remember one time getting a starter jacket stolen from me. I got jumped.
Like, made you take it off?
Like they beat my ass and took it.
God,
like they beat my ass and took it. Like that was the worst thing I think that had ever actually happened to me. It was like the one time I ended up getting it back later, but like it was one of those like,
for real? How'd that happen?
What, getting it back?
Yeah. Your mom went to their mom.
No, not even that. It was so the dudes who I was cool with. Like I said, they weren't like gangsters or nothing, but I mean, they were.
But they were fighting if they had to.
The motherfuckers could fight. And like some of the kids I hung with were also. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I was hanging out with the popular kids. I really wasn't. But two of the dudes who I went to school with, who I was good friends with, they were like. They like I don't know. I don't really want to judge it, but like I feel like just based on how everyone reacted around them. People respected them. So they didn't give a fuck about me. Like it was one of those deals where like, you know how like when you watch like an anime, there's always like that gang of dudes, and there's always like there's like two dudes in the group who are like the coldest motherfuckers in the anime, and they're like rivals and shit, and they're always gonna be at each other. They're cool, but they're always gonna be fucking with each other. I was that dude. Like if this was Dragon Ball Z, these two dudes we're talking about were Goku and Vegeta. I was not even Piccolo, okay? I was not even Piccolo in the group. I was Chaozu, okay? I was the motherfucker who latched on to somebody and just blew himself up because that's all I could fucking do. I didn't get to graduate to, I think by the time I got to middle school, I graduated to like Krillin. I graduated to Krillin, and I eventually worked my way up to Piccolo. You have to be... but it's just I'm just accepting my station. I knew my station. I just looked him up. Oh, Chelsea. Like I wasn't the kid.
I thought it was the other little guy, but yeah.
Oh no! It was a little kind of China doll looking.
With the red cheek
creature. Yeah. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna blow up, Mr. Pickle. And they're like, no, that was me. Like I'm just being honest. Because I wasn't really but being around them made me tougher. But I guess to get us back to it, I could not show to people who I considered friends, people whose approval I would bend over backwards to get.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell them about shit that I liked, or else I would get fucking roasted.
So check this out. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I used to have to hide my fucking toys in my room. Like if they came over
at 11, that's wow. That's sad.
I had to fucking hide my fucking toys because if they saw I had fucking GI Joes and Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and shit, I had fucking posters of fucking anime characters and shit on my goddamn wall. I was going like it would not just be, man, let's do it over here, man. Like no, it would be like we're gonna eat you up about this for the next 6 months. And I was not smart enough or wise enough as a kid to recognize that while I thought these people were my friends, they didn't really give a fuck about me. But I wasn't old enough to recognize that. So, but yeah, that's to paint the picture of where I was. And Dominica Edwards just said it perfectly. Proximity to coolness.
I had a similar case. I wasn't the cool kid. Like I got attention from girls and stuff, but I had like what I would later realize was pretty bad social anxiety. At the time it was just, I would just feel like, man, why am I such a bitch? Like I cannot just, but every time I have to like go talk to somebody, like they would want to talk to me, but I'd be like, hi, how you doing? And I'd be like, but what's funny is I had my friend would always call me. He would call me the nerd daywalker. Because he goes, damn, yeah, because I was into sports, right? Especially when I joined the Air Force, I was into working out, and you girls all the time. And like on the surface, he'd be like, "Oh, this guy's cool," and then they get to know you, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, wait, you play that game? Like, yeah, okay. Dragon Realms, yeah. What do you mean? Like you played it once? Like, bro, I play that shit like 12 hours a day. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, you want to see my combo collection? And I had a big ass combo collection. And they'd be like, I'm like, yeah, but see, that's where you fuck up. It's like not everybody's like a smelly, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like the stereotypical what Revenge of the Nerds was showing us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, but here's the point. The point is that there was a reason he called me the nerd daywalker, because I couldn't, like you, show them that at first. It was always surprising. Right. Now we don't give a fuck. So you meet me and it's like, I don't give a fuck, what you think of me. Like, yeah, I'll go out there with a fucking Deadpool shirt on at 45 years old. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but then you have to put on the face. You got to do the thing. You got to be like, oh, I run track. I do this. I do that. And little do they know, you'd much rather be like reading comic books right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you had
100%.
to pretend. You had to pretend, right? Now, check this out. Talking about this, you know, how that turns into the all right, like how these people end up going down this pipeline is the fact that, excuse me, it's the fact that a lot of these dudes are white. Okay.
Yeah.
And
100%.
that is who they're targeting. And now that's not, they're not exclusively white. And I'll talk on that in a second, but let's think for a second what most of nerd culture revolved around in the 70s, 80s, 90s. You know what I mean? Who's the main dude in Star Trek? Who's the main dude in Star Wars? Who's the main dude in Superman? Peter Parker. Most of our comic books, right? We know, we talk about this shit all the time, right? They're white.
99.9.
Right? So check this out though. This is the type of shit that when I was watching these videos, and after it posts, come back to this stream, come back to this live, and I'm gonna list the videos that I was watching that made me want to talk about this stuff, right? One of the things that I heard was those dudes lived in that world where, like you, they couldn't admit they like this stuff. They would get bullied. They would get made fun of, right? But they were still white. So they had white privilege. They had a way for that, even in their nerddom, even in the thing that they were getting bullied for, they were still centered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then they become adults, and some of them, very small percentage of them, become rich, or they become, you know, Bill Gates, or they become like weirdo nerds, like or maybe they're even like neurodivergent, like Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Who guaranteed got no play in high school. You know what I'm saying? Was a nerd, was socially awkward or whatever. And now this is him. Like, finally, I have the power.
Yeah.
Then these white nerds are like, wait a minute. Where's mine? Where's my comeuppance? I had the joke. I said the shit like, you're going to be working for me one day. That's what my parents told me. And they're not.
Yep.
So they have this anger. They're still socially awkward. They have this anger. And that's where geeks and gamers and the quartering and nerd erotic, they get them. That's how they find them. They say, we're going to find these people. We're going to tap into that anger, and we're going to let them know that they deserve more. We're going to find Peter Thiel. Yep. Thiel. Yep. We're going to find these dudes, and we're going to let them know. And like people who don't understand where their anger actually comes from, they fall right for it. And then they just become further and further and further right. Yep. I found like that, like it was like, oh shit, that's right. And it's not because we weren't here. You know what I'm saying? They knew we were here. That's why they had who was Lieutenant Uhuru for? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No,
like who was that for? That wasn't for white people.
Look,
they knew.
Look, every time you see like representation like this put up in something, it is done for one reason and for one reason only. One reason and one reason only.
Yeah. How do we get black dollars?
Yeah. How do we get those darkies to tune in and start watching our ostensibly white television show?
That's right.
Don't get me wrong. I said the same thing before about Black Panther. It was not because Marvel was like, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time that we start trying to, we have to diversify this because it's just too white. No one in Marvel said this. I'm going to tell you what they said. we need some niggas to watch this, to be reading this. We need, look, make them a black superhero.
That's right.
Make him a black superhero. And do you know, and just to put it in perspective for you, Marvel 1966. That's the year. That's the year the first black superhero with their own comic graced the shelves. It wasn't until like, what was it, 70 something? 70 something for DC. And even then, same, not to say they didn't have black superheroes or characters, they did, but none of them had their own comics. They were always showing them as somebody else's shit. So it wouldn't be till like the 70s where DC would be like, okay, damn, Marvel's getting all the darkies. We don't have any darkies buying our books. I'm not gonna dead name Jenny, but Jenny, can you get us? Can you make something up? Can you come up with some shit? Marvel's taking all our darkies. They're taking all our darky readers. They're taking them. Yeah, we got to do something about this. I will say this. I think understanding. Go ahead. Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say what you said about those people kind of having that anger, that resentment in them. I think it also comes from someplace else. Because now the shit that they used to get made fun of for, it's mainstream. So now they want to gatekeep. I think this is ultimately why you get so many gatekeepers, because I had to get my ass kicked for this. That's right. And now you just get to walk up and just like it, and then everybody thinks you're cool. So you know what? No, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to like the thing that I like. And you know what? And since I had to get my ass kicked and shoved in lockers and made fun of and bullied, now I'm gonna bully you. Which is so antithetical. Online, right? Because where they can, right? Yeah. Bravo, you ain't shit, but that's what it is. Like, damn, hearing it, damn. Oh, shit. Damn. Dude, no, y'all can't have more than one. We gave you one. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that y'all haven't seen it yet. Y'all see it tomorrow. It'll release. But I had Robo add in something for the video for 3D Man, because I just thought it was so fucking hilarious. But that shit encapsulates how I feel. Just think about it. Take the scene. How much for one rib? Yeah, that's how white folks be giving us representation. They be like, because they'll be like, hey, how much for an order of rib? And then they be like, hey, one order of ribs. And he'd be like, no. One rib. Play that segment. Pull that shit up. Give him a taste. Give him a taste. Yeah, what's coming up tomorrow? Let me. I'm gonna pull it up. By the way, if you saw my thread, I wasn't kidding. I sweat, blood, and tears. Oh yeah. I was like, wait, which into one? This video? He did. All right, you better make. I want this to blow up. I want this to be like the best video. Like, man, look, I got a new #1 video. The year. Wait, Robo, I'm not gonna lie, Robo was for real. Like I actually was high key impressed. I was actually high key impressed just because I think this is also one of the ones, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's the fastest one you've done. You got changed for 100. You're right. Right. But yeah, look here. I sure is hungry. I'm gonna give y'all. Man. I'm gonna give y'all just dying when you said that. Yeah, so no bull. Play through to that part. No bullshit. I remember being a little kid the first time I saw that movie, and that used to be the thing that my mom and like the rest of my family would always ask me to repeat. Because I was like, I surely is hungry. But no, we're here's a sneak peek. Here's just a little sneak peek. I'm gonna kind of play a little bit of this because it kind of starts at a certain point. But let's pull this up. Let's see here. Blacks, Hispanics, and Romani, who had served as Avengers, all served as token members. They were almost always the only one on the team. And in a lot of cases, it was not just a situation where, we have like a few white people, we have one black person, we have one Hispanic person, we have one Romani person. No, under normal circumstances, it was like, no. We have a bunch of white people and we have one person of color. It's almost like the "I'm gonna get you sucker" scene with Chris Rock.
One rib.
One rib.
I sure am hungry.
Make that one rib to go.
And that's what I feel like. I feel like that the whole time, I just see Chris Rock cheese, and like everybody is sitting here staring at them with black disgust, and he's just sitting there grinning, talking about some, "I sure is hungry." Like it just even at the time of this specific. Oh god! But no, that's a little tease. That's a little tease of some of the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that Robo just poured in for the 3D Man video. It'll be released to the general public tomorrow. Just in time for the last day of Black History Month. A little public service announcement to go along with that. The Dr. Voodoo video, which I actually plan to have out this week as well. Yeah, it's going to come out next week. So it's going to be on CP time. So I apologize.
So you got through the editing part, but then the pictures are the bitch like they usually are.
It is, and also I realized as I was going back and looking at the other videos, I realized that I don't want to say I didn't do as much homework. I did, but with the other 3 videos, I actually went well out of my way to try and find like something to like make each video stand out. And I feel like this one I didn't. I feel like I felt like because I got the audio edited. I'm like halfway through with the pictures, but I was like, man, you know what? Actually, I was like, I kind of want to go back and add a little extra sauce on this. So now the video went from, and it actually made more sense to me. I was like, man, this is actually the shortest of the 4 we've done. And I was like, that's why. Because I was like, man, I was going back looking through 3D Man and War Machine and Captain America. And I was like, man, honestly, like,
yeah,
I don't know if I cooked as hard on this one. So I was like, let's go back. But it'll be coming out. It just stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You ain't lied. Said we got cheated out of two to 3 days anyway. Dude, you ain't lied. Shit, man. Look, dude, what? Dude, Black History Month, shortest month of the fucking year, and they taking days. Ain't that about a bitch?
Wait, why? Wait, what? How do we get shorted?
Nah, just because it's shortest month of the year.
Oh, because it's 31. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I was like, how do we lose? It's already at 28. How do we lose more?
Right. But no, he's no. But don't worry. There'll be
that's an idea. He said save that voodoo vid for Mardi Gras.
That actually ain't a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Honestly, you know what?
Rather than putting out something first month of March and say it's late, you just play it like it was planned that way.
Dude, you know what? Fuck it. That might be what we do. That actually might. Look, motherfuckers were like,
and
man,
that gives you time to put sauce on it, and you don't got to rush it for next week.
No. You got a fair point. So I tell you what. You know what?
I'm glad I thought of it.
I'm
a smart motherfucker.
He's like, look here, this motherfucker right here. He's like, yeah, no, that was me. Oh, that was me all day, bitch. That was me.
Sometimes they just pump me. I don't even know where it comes from. Sometimes it's just up there.
This motherfucker. No. That said, let's get us back to it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you, man. The nerd to fascist pipeline, it's a bad motherfucker because for one, you're already taking advantage of the algorithm.
That's it.
A lot of people don't know this. So here's the funny thing, and real quick, I'll address this. Damon Lacey, you don't even have to wait for that one. You don't even have to wait. I am not going to make you wait. I'm not going to make you wait for Bloodwind. Of course I did. I did one for Bloodwind quite some time ago. As a matter of fact, here, look. Yeah, so check this out. Check this out. Check this shit out, y'all. Look at that right there. Look at that, baby. Bloodwind out here.
Who is Bloodwind? Go put another view on that.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's 22K. Actually, this is one of those videos that when I put it out, nobody fucking watched it. And somewhere between now and like 2 years ago, I came back and looked and I was like, and that motherfucker was at 18K. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, when that happened? But yeah, no, that was that was the thing. Also, by the way, man, if y'all don't mind hooking a brother up on this this war machine that's Captain America. Robo and I put a lot of hard work into these videos, so I would really appreciate it.
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah, those are a lot. But no, you're talking about the algorithm. I used to say something, and I still think it's true, but I think I used to say it in the sense of like, it is what it is, right? It's just like, it's nature. And what I would always say is the algorithm is not in and of itself bad or bigoted. What it does is it rewards activity, right?
Yes.
And so, but as I've kind of, like learned more and watch how these things go, it's not so much that I'm wrong, but it's that, is that the right way? Is that ethical to do that? When we know that, rage and harassment and like these are the things that garner the most activity, right? Like when we look at reviews and shit, what do we always say? Like, you're way more likely to leave a review when you have a complaint, right? Like instead of a compliment, right? And it's like, if we know that's human nature, why shouldn't you create an algorithm that doesn't reward that? And that's another part of what this is, because you're right. When we look at these nerds and the way they kind of like, they're mad on so many levels. They're mad because they're not being centered anymore in the stories that have always centered them. But then now they're also mad because and this is the part that really draws in why you have people like Young Ripper, because maybe it's not about being centered anymore, but it is about how do I wasn't allowed to like this shit, and so it feeds into that anger, right? And so when it comes to that, maybe it's not racism per se, but it could be internalized racism. But a lot of times it's going to be misogyny. It's going to be a bunch of other shit regarding that gatekeeping. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out too that a lot of these people that we talk about, people like Young Ripper, people like Geeks and Gamers, these are all people who will push a narrative that if you have at least enough intelligence to dig a little deeper, or if you're the type of person like me who kind of likes to go back and see what people used to be like, you'll quickly find out that these people are grifters. Because for as much as people like Young Ripple like to bash on Miles Morales, there is footage of Ripper actually praising Miles Morales, openly saying that Miles Morales is like, I don't have the video, and I don't know if Dane's in the chat right now, but if I would really love it if Dane or anyone who has any hands on that video. I don't have it on me personally because I just don't keep up with Young Ripper like that. Not anymore, because he's kind of fallen the fuck off and he's not even really relevant anymore in the grand scheme of things. But
you know why, by the way? You know what? Yeah, hypothesis.
Oh, hit me.
Hypothesis.
Hit me.
Who is a relevant Black alt-right figure? I think the longer this little fucking alt-right experiment goes off, the longer they go mask off, and it's like, bro, you are not one of them, and they will drop you when you're no longer useful.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Well,
and that's what I think is happening to these people.
Oh yeah, well, also like his views have been falling off for like a long time. It's I think to my understanding, the way the video breakdown goes, he basically is talking about how Miles Morales is I think if I remember correctly, I think he even refers Miles Morales as like the best version of a white character passing their mantle on to a non-white character. And but then you flash forward and he's always like, oh no, he's terrible. I've never liked Miles Morales. Da 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 da.
Of course.
But yeah, dude. So here, check this out. I love to see shit like this. I love to see shit like. See, we were on the same time, looking at the same time.
That's exactly. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. I didn't see this red pill here turning. You know what it is? Man. You know what I think it is? If I had to guess, there is an aspect that is it's one of the aspects that I feel is shared by Black and brown culture, right? Whether we're talking about Latin American culture or Black American culture, it's something that's shared, and it is two things. We have a problem with misogyny, homophobia, and the lie that capitalism can save us. The problem is not that capitalism is bad. It's that we didn't get to have ours, right? And hey, game level up rating with the raid. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you.
But yeah, when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's like he wanted his, and it's like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care who to use it, and that's what capitalism is in the first place. And then he's gonna take all his other bullshit stuff and whatever he needs to do to make money. So, Well,
man, and
that's wild.
I will also say, which by the way, shout out Game Level Up. Y'all, you're on the Twitch side. Please go hang out. Go hang out with Game Level Up sometime. We appreciate you. We appreciate what you do. I'll just say, I'll just say this. For me, I don't like seeing people try to co-opt nerd culture and make it uglier than what it can be just by itself. Nerd culture can be very crusty. I've talked about this before when I've talked about my experiences in traditionally white spaces, how I have been quizzed, or I have to play 20 questions to prove that I know stuff. When I've been in board gaming and tabletop RPG spaces, people thinking like, there's no way one of you darkies actually knows anything about Dungeons and Dragons. You don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons.
Is your character a basketball player?
Yeah. Oh, let me guess. Let me guess. Your character's what? 6'5"? About the average weight of a center or power forward. Interesting.
Has an extra tendon in their Achilles, right? Something like that.
Right. Oh, let me guess.
You ever heard that?
Oh no, I've heard that bullshit. Let me guess.
Oh,
let me guess. His character's a rogue. They steal. Yep. Like, yeah, it's always going to be some bullshit like that. And also in gaming space, kind of bring it back to that like video games and anime spaces to take it back to what I was talking about earlier with Sailor Moon. I remember when I was in high school, and there was this one dude. He was a white guy. He was the prototypical nerd before like he was that guy. He was kind of heavy set, bad acne. He had a little bit of a speech impediment, wasn't very personable. You could tell this guy was lonely and didn't have any friends. And I remember, being in high school, we would be doing computer classes, whatever the fuck. And sometimes we'd have little free time or whatever in some classes. And they have some computers in the back. We just get on, just kind of fuck around or whatever. And I remember there would be times where I'd be hanging out with you at the computers, and I'd see him kind of off to the side by himself. And I would actually try to be friends with him. He was kind of weird. I'm not going to hold you. It was one of those things where even I could tell he wasn't used to people being nice to him, so he was always really guarded. But that's the type of guy these people were looking for. When they build up these, when places like your Andrew Tates and their Hustlers, university bullshit, and your Matt Walshes, your Tim Pools, your Fresh and Fits, these are the type of guys that they're reaching out to, and they're trying to make these people feel seen and heard. And a lot of times we'll use, and I don't have any clips for this, but I've seen this happen. Your Matt Walshes or Tim Pools especially, they'll try and clumsily use video game parlance or video game references or Marvel movie. Like I think the most famous one was Tim Pool, where he tried to compare some bullshit that was going on to Thanos and Endgame. Because he's like, and there were a lot of fucking nerds like, oh yes, you talking about Thanos? Yeah, look at him. He's
true.
Yeah, he's one of us. But then, like when I see that shit, I have to play this.
Any of you incel, QAnon, 4chan, Snyder Cut motherfuckers want to get out of line now?
I have to play that I'm gonna have to play that every single fucking time I see shit like that.
I don't know that clip.
That's
what is
any of you incel 4chan Snyder Cut motherfuckers want to get out of line now. But no,
oh shit.
But no, I don't.
The Bear, nice.
Yeah, it's from The Bear. Yeah, I fucking. And also, The Thing. That's the Eben Moss Bachrach. But no, I always have to say his name that way just because it's funnier. But no, I've seen these guys. They like, I remember when Matt Walsh tried to pretend that he was a hardcore gamer. I remember it's like, oh, I know a lot about video games, and
I'm sure.
Whenever I'm not trying to creep on little girls or trying to get hospitals bomb threats for things that don't make any goddamn sense. I play video games. I was like, dude, first off, I was like, dude, go hang out at a preschool somewhere, because that's where you want to be. You don't want to be on here talking to us. You want to be at a preschool sweating like R. Kelly. But
Matt Walsh, that is way too generous. Unless you mean Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
I'll give you Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you mean Michael Jackson, 100%. But no, but it's what they do. It's what they do. They creep into these spaces. Elon Musk, I saw somebody bring up Elon Musk, stolen fucking valor, stolen video game valor. Motherfucker claiming to be a world-class First off, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's no way you can run a multi-billion-dollar company and a multi-million-dollar company and do all the other little bullshit that he does and have the type of stats that he was claiming to have in Diablo 4. You can't do it. Even pro Diablo players will fucking tell you, people who make money playing Diablo 4 will look you in the eye and tell you, it ain't possible.
Yeah.
So there's no way that he can.
I will say he's probably lying, but we know
CEOs
don't do shit. Don't do shit.
Well, I mean, he doesn't do shit. I can tell you that right now. But no, he got ousted. He actually got caught in the lie, and that's the only reason these fucking incel nerds who worship him have given him any little bit of pushback. Yeah, it's the only reason why, because they realize someone else is playing for him.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. Glenn Beck, I've talked about this before with Young Rippa and his fucking Rippaverse comics. The reason why those comics took off the way they did, it wasn't because so many people were rushing out and buying them. It was because that shit got AstroTurf, baby. Have you ever seen how sweaty Ripper gets when someone brings up Glenn Beck and the fact that Glenn Beck basically paid for most of those comics that he supposedly sold? It's the same shit people do with books. Like it's not to say that only right wingers and conservatives do this shit. Everybody does this shit. But right wingers and conservatives,
but it is the goal is the difference.
Exactly. No. You're 100% right. Also, the frequency is different. And the volume. Actually, I won't say the frequency. It's the volume. Every single right wing conservative, whoever who comes out with a book and you find out, oh man, it made the New York Times bestseller list. I wonder why. It's not because motherfuckers are actually buying it and fucking reading it. It's because they bought all the fucking books. And when I say they, I mean the fucking publishing house, or in some cases, the person who wrote the fucking book bought all the fucking copies. So it just shoots right up to the fucking top, makes it look like this person's credible and that their thoughts are valuable. They're really not. And the same thing happened with Isom. That's why I think issue 2 didn't take off quite as well as the first one did.
That money?
Yeah, that money.
Lost that connection?
Yeah, well, he still has that connection. The motherfucker has a picture on the fucking wall right ahead of fucking Duck Dynasty at the fucking Blaze office. So no, that connection ain't gone. He's still tight with Glenn Beck. He is like, remember when you were doing that the Shadow Cabinet video for me? That whole Edwin Alva thing.
Yeah.
Imagine the Edwin Alva hardware dynamic where there's a white man who basically
funding your shit.
Yeah, funding your shit, taking a little black boy under his wing, taking him out the ghetto, giving him structure, propping him up, giving him all the tools to succeed in life. That's basically the Glenn Beck Ripper dynamic. Glenn Beck basically is like, hey, I see you out here doing these ugly ass fucking breakdance videos, doing terrible rap songs and trying to get big, and it ain't popping like that. Here, come here. Let me take you under my wing. Let me put a little money up in you, and then we're gonna get you boosted up. We're gonna astroturf you, get you out here, because the only thing that sells more or just as much as a white conservative talking this bullshit is a black one. You're gonna be a novelty here, okay? We're gonna have you. You're gonna be unique. We're gonna Candace Owens you up is what we're gonna do.
You're gonna be a useful idiot, and then we're gonna spit you up. You're gonna spit you out. Oh, by the way, like we did with Candace Owens.
Yeah,
like we did with Candace Owens. It's like, look, you cannot do that shit for very long. The difference, I think, with people and I'm gonna say something that could be, it's not positive, but it's gonna sound like an excuse, but I'm not making an excuse for him. I think there's different types of grifters. I think Young Ripper is the type of dude who has no soul. He'll sell his mom for $10 type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that he's not gonna do to gain whatever he perceives is success. Whereas Glenn Beck and Matt Walsh and all these people are selling an ideology. They're selling an ideology and they're trying to make a movement. That's how we got the Jan Sixers. That's how we got, these school shootings and all this shit. It's like they're trying to make a movement, and these people are ripe for the pickings. You know what I mean?
They're also not genuine. And that's why I said I wonder how these people get over on all these folks, because if you do just a little bit of research, you will quickly find out that these people used to have views that are night and day different than what they have today. Candace Owens wasn't always a fucking right-wing talking head. She used to be a fucking liberal. She used to be a fucking lib.
She used to be her school for racial discrimination that she was at.
And she used to have a fucking YouTube channel and fucking podcast, like spitting liberal views and values and talking shit about fucking Donald Trump. And Ripper, he used to not, he had dumb takes on comics, but like he wasn't like a chud when he first started out.
Yeah, he wasn't farming culture war views and shit. Yeah.
No. So I mean, and the thing is, the algorithm favors engagement, and no one engages like a fucking angry person. So that's why, like, case in point, I want to present an exhibit. This is something that I think is actually incredibly important, and I think that it's a case study. It's a case study in how social media algorithms work. And what I mean by that is I did a video not too long ago. And we talked about it here on the show. It was the Ultimates number 9 video. Ultimates number 9. I'm going to pull this up because I think it's important. Pause, motherfucker. Pause. So in this video, which I'm pulling up right now. Let's bablam. Here we go. So in this video, I literally put a trigger warning at the beginning. Trigger warning. The following video contains hot takes about the state of the comic book industry that may be traumatizing to unmelanated people. If it makes you mad, argue with your mama. Don't argue with me. Now,
That's right.
Be that as it may, we talked about this before. This video did moderately well. Like, it actually did way better than any other Ultimates video I have ever made. I've only made like 3 or 4 Ultimates videos. All of them were like sub, I want to say like all of them were probably sub 4K. Like sub 4K.
Oh, wow, sub
like
4.
they weren't popping. They weren't popping like that. Here, actually, matter of fact, let me check myself. Let me check myself. I'm gonna check myself here real quick. Okay, I lied. Okay, let me straighten up. Let me straighten up. I'm looking at it now. So Ultimates number 1 was like 4.8K. Ultimates 2, 6.2K. And then I kind of I did a short 6.4K. And then, then you get here, it's like, oh, 15K. But here's the thing. I made people angry. So they kept coming back. I'll actually, you know what? This is actually my personal favorite. And I know Robo knows exactly what I'm about to bring up because this is probably one of the best performing Nerds of Culture episodes that we had ever done.
Oh.
And it's hilarious.
The comments love that one.
Oh, man. It was fucking hilarious because, and here this is it right here. Right here. Boom. Boom. The episode we did with friend of the channel, Alyssa Mercanti. Which, by the way, she has her own YouTube channel now. You should totally check it out. Just look up Alyssa
She
Merc.
streams on Twitch too sometimes.
Yeah, she streams on Twitch and she does like straight up video game journalism. Just
That's
live
dope.
and direct. Just dropping nothing but heat. Had a really good video about the Yasuke discourse that dropped, I think, last week. But this video is one of my most disliked videos. And here's the thing. This, under normal circumstances, would like like those Anjanae videos was like, it was a regular hoop session.
Oh
Until
man, I love those
happened.
videos. I love those videos. Like, I'm so addicted to that shit.
Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. And actually, know it here. While I keep it a buck, I actually am gonna pull up her channel because I really want y'all to go check it out. So if you look it up, this is what you should be looking for. Alyssa Merc, she just got it, started popping. This is the video I was talking about. The vetting your sources. She actually does a scathing breakdown of how interviews and leaks and shit are supposed to be conducted and how you can always tell when someone is fucking bullshitting about their sources and things of that nature. So yes, I do highly recommend go check her out. Go help her build this fucking channel up. Like I said, Alyssa Merc, just look her up. She's great. She's fantastic. She was.
Did it just start?
What's that?
This channel? Did she just?
Yeah. She just started a month ago. Just a month ago.
Okay.
But yeah, she was former, I think she was former senior editor for Kotaku, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And like I said, she's also a really cool person and awesome. We actually need to get her back on the channel. I keep meaning to reach out to her and I always get sidetracked, but yeah. But my whole point in saying this, my whole point in saying this is just the fact that so many people fucking hated that video. Or that live stream. We even had some alt-right chud channels like clip us, do reactions to us. Yep. And while I can't show you in the actual video itself, I can tell you right now, the ratio of likes to dislikes, it's only 18.2% likes. It is 331 likes compared to whatever the opposite of that in dislikes would be. And the reason why is because people kept coming back to the video and commenting, being angry, being mad, and that's what the alt-right and MAGA and all the chuds, that's what they want from you. This is why I think y'all probably remember I said not too long ago, if you see some shit that makes you angry, like it's one of these fucking alt-right chud channels, here, I want to tell you this, and I'm going to say it again because I'm trying to help you guys out. I know some of y'all want to put on the cape. Y'all want to white knight. Y'all want to debunk. I'm gonna tell you some shit. It's a bitter fucking pill to swallow, but I'm gonna tell you.
That's what they want.
That is what they want. And here's the most important part. You are never going to change the person who made the content's mind. Ever. Because they don't want their mind to be changed. Even if they don't believe the shit they're saying, they want you to be angry. The system is working as designed. So do not engage. And I know what you're thinking, but Blerd, what about the people who are watching? What if I can change their mind? I'm going to be honest with you. You might change one person's mind if you're lucky. If you are lucky, and I'm going to be, and just to keep it a buck, it's not worth your sanity. It's not worth your sanity. The only thing you can do is to countermeasure. And that is, and what I mean by that is not to respond to their content, because if you leave a comment, YouTube doesn't give a fuck that you're mad at them. What they're paying attention to is that you engaged. And what them making you angry made you engage. So you've already fell for the trap.
Mm-hmm.
You fell for the trap. If you click dislike, you fell for the trap, because a dislike, as I just showed you guys earlier, a dislike is engagement.
Yep.
YouTube
and that's the part that they think. So I know they're not in the chat because these people don't know how to shut the fuck up. So
no,
they're not here because they're not saying shit.
Right.
Let me tell you all something. I'm a manager on the channel, so I could see the ad revenue and stuff. They think it's cope. They think that we're pretending when they do these raids and they get mass downvoted. It's cope. I promise you that if you were able to see all the views and all the reactions and the AdSense that goes with it, it's higher than the other videos that have lower views.
Yep.
Like they're gonna still pay whether the person clicked up or down. It's just engagement. Because think about it. Google wants to put ads in front of eyeballs. That's it. So obviously, if they hate it, don't like it. I don't care. I'm trying to show you an ad.
Here it is right here. I got the breakdown, y'all. 166 likes, 1,458 dislikes. And it's still one of the best. We got paid, okay? These motherfuckers kept the lights on. So this is why I keep saying, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody who came to that video, let me pull this back up. Everybody who came to this video and did this live stream and disliked it because you felt some type of way and you think you're fucking hurting me by clicking dislike.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
You fucking played yourself. You played your fucking self. You look, matter of fact, here, you get one of these.
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Look, you've
activated my trap card.
like, dude, because here's the thing. Just like how with these chud channels that it does not fucking matter what we do. Because I'm gonna tell you what a dislike does. A dislike just means that YouTube is not going to recommend my content to you quite as much.
Yeah, to that individual.
To that individual. So yes, you're hurting me by making it that, oh, well, there's one less set of eyes that's going to be on this shit. However, you helped me because now YouTube sees, oh, well, they engaged with it. They because if you just would have clicked the video and then just cut away and then went on about your business, you didn't hit comment, you didn't hit like, nothing like that shit, that would hurt me more than coming to my video, clicking dislike, and commenting.
Yep. Because what you can do is click do not show me, not interested, or do not show me this again.
Right.
That's not engagement. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that affects the metrics, but it's sure we're not going to get paid for it. But speaking of likes, we got over 200 people in this mug, and we're only like at 120 something.
Oh,
so
I don't like
if
it. I don't
you
like
haven't,
that.
if you haven't already, just go ahead. I know some people are on their phones. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass, but just minimize the chat, click like, come back, You know,
Do it.
hook some people up because that helps more than you know.
100%.
Yeah. But I'm glad you
100%.
brought up, you know, what not to do, because that's a perfect segue to the end of this segment, which is what can we do?
Yes.
What can we do? You know what I mean? Because thinking about it, if you understand what I think people, there's a thing that I keep hearing a lot, and it's like, and I hear this a lot because I'm active in my community. I go to, you know, I'm on the board of my local DSA, and I'm trying to become more active. And something that I hear a lot from people who are active on the street is online is fake. Online's not real. Online doesn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I get the sentiment, and it's not like I completely disagree with the sentiment. You know, just bitching online about something is not doing anything.
Right.
But there's a but. January 6th, organized online. When you look at these manifestos from these school shooters and shooting up churches, black churches and shit, look at their manifestos, and who are they naming? Online personalities. So, you know, and this sounds self-serving because, you know, obviously, you know, this is what we do, but shit, it doesn't have to be us. Anybody, you know, make sure that, you know, just like Blerd talks about at the end of his videos, if you're sitting here and you agree that there needs to be more melanin in these comics, then you really gotta be out there putting your money where your mouth is.
100%.
Right. And it's like, but at the same time, and I'm not saying for us because you're already here, right? But there are other creators, there are other progressive creators out there. You need to be making sure that these are blown up, because I'll tell you what, this is something we've talked about. I've talked about the frustration that I felt whenever I look at these like shitty right-wing creators. I'll go into their lives, they got over 1,000 people watching. But then somebody said something interesting and said, hey, when you go to this dude's live stream, go over to this other live stream later and check the names in there. They like cannibalize the fans. Like all these fans, they're the same people. And they just go like, oh, Star Wars girl's live. Let's go in her chat. And EVS is live. Let's go in his chat. And there are all these people that move around, and they make sure this movement keeps churning, but it's doing it for fucking shit machines. You know what I mean? You know, find other creators that are out there and help affect change. You know what I mean? You know, use I know people don't think that, you know, maybe you get no likes. You know, maybe you don't have a lot of followers, but it's a share. You know, your share, even though it's to nobody for now, it's still a share on the other person's metric who might be making money off that shit. You know what I mean? But so that's online.
Flood the gap.
Flood the gap. There you go. That's online. But check this out. This part's going to be a little bit harder.
Oh, yes.
This part's going to be a little bit harder. Remember what I said earlier about what I am well aware of in Black and brown culture, right? We talked about misogyny. We talked about, you know, queer phobia. We talked about all this shit, right? And we are getting a lot better with it, especially with the youth, right? It's more for like our age and up type shit. And we have to be brave enough to check our peers. Like, I know that shit looks cringe sometimes. I know that it might be your boy from forever. And here's what really makes it hard. And I'm like, this is me. Where you were the dude saying that shit 10 years ago. The thing you're trying to check your friend on, you were that. And so now they're looking at you crazy like, who the fuck are you? Hey, I'm somebody different now. So just come on, man. And you could even make like a joke or something. Like,
yeah.
Oh, how old are you? You still saying the F, sir, like that? get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like you cannot, when you hear them talking wild about women, when you hear them saying homophobic shit, you have to fucking check them.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean?
On site. You have to.
Yep.
You have to do it all. Like, and now I will say this. I think your mileage is going to vary based on how you do that. I think something we've talked about before. I feel like it's always better to be called in, than to be called out. Because at least then because I feel like that's also a thing I've learned a fair bit about, and I've kind of had to pick my battles and find my place in this. Is that there are some instances, and I'll tell people this all the time. If I pull you to the side, like privately, that means I like you. Like I give a fuck about you. Like I may not love you. We may not be best friends or anything, but it means that I give a shit enough about you, or you mean enough to me that like I'm not gonna like blast you out on like socials or whatever. I'm not gonna blast you out in like a public forum. God damn. Danger. Yeah, I'll go ahead and hit that. But yeah, I'm not gonna do you like that. I'm not gonna do you dirty like that. But I will also say that if I call you out, that means I don't give a fuck about you. Like at least not enough that that it would matter to me what your response is going to be. Like what was it last week when all that shit was popping off with Isaac Hayes III and his fan base platform? I was like, I don't give a fuck about that dude. So yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit loud and like, because I also feel, just like I feel the apology needs to be as loud and as public as the disrespect, I also think that the reaction to the disrespect is well within its rights to be as loud and as public as the disrespect that was given. So, but in this case, like, if when I got people that fuck up, I'm like, hey, come over to the side, man, just for a minute. I don't want to say this in front of you, everybody else, but like, hey, look, that shit you just said, it's, and I do think, just to be clear, of course, I'm using like call out in a general sense. So like, if that's how you do it, if you pull someone to the side, that's what's up, right? Yeah. Real quick, I saw Nerd Large, misogyny and queer phobia is in all cultures, right? But I don't give a fuck about other cultures. But specifically this one.
And if we're being honest with ourselves, there is it's tied directly with how important Christianity is to Black and brown people, given our history. You know what I mean? And I think there are other cultures that aren't as linked in, right? I mean, I think Europe is like, we're like in one of the most unchurched moments in Europe. Is like atheism is fucking pretty huge there, and in those communities it's becoming less and less of a thing. And in our communities here, which is the communities that I care about, it's harder and harder to get to detach from that, right? Yes. At least from the shittiest sides, you know what I mean? Like, to become progressive Christians is fringe. Is fringe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that if we want to make a change, then we need and even if you're right, maybe I'm completely wrong about that, and it's not special. I don't give a fuck. Again, I'll go back to the beginning. I don't give a fuck about other cultures. We need to check, call in, call out, to make our ourselves better. We got to make sure this is and you said something interesting, and I wanted to let you finish cooking. You said, call in, call out. I want to call in, right? That's another thing that we got to do, is we got to be able to have that space, have that grace, right? To be able to look and say, hey, you need to be over here, because there's a cartoon that I saw. It's a meme, and it has like two groups of people, right? And one, it says they got gay teen, right? And it's like, gay teen is being yelled at, and you're this and that, you're a sinner, you're going to hell. And they push the gay teen. And then in the next panel is a group of the LGBT community, grabbing them and saying, no, you're allowed to be who you are. And then the next panel is them mad, like, stay away from our children. It's like, no, you pushed them that way.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's like,
saying? Like
you did this.
They could have been with you if you were accepting and fucking not a piece of shit, right? So in that kind of same vein, you know, we can't just be out here just being like not like us all day, you know, for nothing. You know, it's like they got to be like whole ass, like, you know, like Young Ripper. Fuck that guy.
Well,
you know?
and I'll even take it a step further. The reason why I often say, you know, sometimes maybe it's better to call in than to call out is because I know how I am as a person. If someone publicly calls me out for something, doesn't like, okay, I think there's a difference, and I want to make sure people understand where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because I want to make sure people understand that I will give that smoke. If I reach out to someone and pull them as, like, if I see, like, let's just say, for example, I see some random content creator out here in these streets saying homophobic stuff or anti-black stuff, you know, whatever the case may be, I'll pull them aside and be like, hey, look, man, I fuck with you, but man, some of that shit you just said, I think it was out of pocket.
Mm-hmm,
Now, if after having that conversation, they go back out and then double down, that's where I'm like, okay, I called you in first.
Yeah.
Now it's open season. You are now going to be called out. I'm going to blast you in, like this is now public. This is no longer behind closed doors. The reason why I say this is because I know how it is for some people. And this is human nature in general, but specifically for people when you're trying to change minds, public embarrassment, because that's what it is. And I think that is the case. I've actually, a lot of people I've talked to who kind of like slipped into that MAGA shit, that alt-right shit, kind of fell for the okie doke. They all say the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always afraid I'm gonna say the wrong thing and then I'm just gonna get publicly humiliated, or I feel like I feel like if I say something wrong, then people are gonna just beat me up over it. I see that shit. I hear motherfuckers say that shit all the fucking time. Now, sometimes it's people who know they say fucked up shit and, you know, do it on purpose. But there are people.
I was gonna say, we know damn well, like, we don't accept that shit from white people. And like,
no.
What do you say that you're so afraid of to talk around black people for? Like, what is it that you were saying?
No, 100%. But there are some people out there who genuinely, I know this to be true. There are some people who genuinely misspeak because they don't fucking know any better. And then and you know, I've had back and forth with this, you know, with people about this. My opinion on this flip-flops a lot. But like one of the discourses I saw on Threads after the whole election thing like broke down the way that it did, I saw so many people being like, yo, publicly embarrassing people or talking shit about them and trying to shame them is not a way to build coalition. That's not an untrue statement, but I feel like we need to pick our battles. Well, no, because that's what I'm about to get to. I think we need to pick our battles better. Like, because I've seen so many times where people who are on the same side are arguing each other over fucking semantics. Like they're saying the same shit, but they're not saying it the exact same way, and they don't realize they're on the same side. And I see these motherfuckers out here coming at people who are on the same side as them with the same energy as they would a fucking fascist or a Nazi, or like a homophobe or a transphobe. And then what ends up happening is that person probably wasn't, like, you know, regardless what the situation was, maybe that person wasn't even genuinely homophobic or maybe they just was fucking stupid. They're ignorant and just don't know any better. Yeah, they're grifters. Give them all the smoke. But like regular, everyday, average people, sometimes they just don't fucking know any better. Like there's grown motherfuckers out there that just don't know any better. I'm not saying you got to treat everybody with kid gloves, but you just have to kind of look at the situation. Like I always tell people, if you argue with someone online, sometimes it's, if you want to argue, I say sometimes it's actually kind of smart to go and look at their profile, see what they're talking about. Because like I can't tell you how many times some people came at me fucked up and sideways, and I would go look at their profile and be like, this motherfucker's a progressive. They're, you know, pro LGBTQI plus, you know, they're pro, you know, black solidarity, brown solidarity, you know, they're out here putting on the cape for, you know, our indigenous, you know, brothers and sisters and two souls and our, you know, Asian brothers and sisters out, you know, whatnot out here. And dude, we agree on everything. So what the fuck is going on here? And then you realize that, oh, well, this is a situation where a motherfucker just didn't know how to read. So they got mad at something that I probably said, and now we're getting in this fight over you motherfucker having less than a 4th grade fucking reading level. So sometimes it's not always racism, sometimes it's literally motherfuckers don't know how to read is what it is sometimes.
Yeah.
It's up to you to figure out whether or not it's one of those situations. But I do often find that when we bust people out, it makes them more likely to say, like case in point, Anna Kasparian, prime fucking example. She got busted out, and instead of like taking the grace that she was originally being given, she got butthurt. So she doubled down. And that's what people do. They will fucking double down. And like, and especially if because what was I just saw a thing the other day. Tim Pool, he's crying now. He's crying because he's like, oh, mean leftist. Meanwhile, this motherfucker's a whole mean ass right winger, but now suddenly he's aggrieved. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Motherfuckers will, like, Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur, they're happy because MAGA is fucking inviting them to all the cool parties. They're getting invited to all the cool fucking parties. That's what's going on. They're getting to go to those fucking cocaine parties and sex parties. What was that motherfucker's name?
Rihanna. Woo. Yeah, that's another one.
That's another one. What was the dude's name?
The Lolita Airlines dude.
No, what was the guy? The guy that was disabled, and the Republican Party ousted him because he had he basically put out there that, oh yeah, they're out here having like wild cocaine sex parties and
that young dude.
The young guy. Yeah. Like it's one of those things
Madison,
where that motherfucker. That's that motherfucker. Yeah, Madison Coffee. It was Cawthorn. Madison Cawthorn.
Madison Cawthorn.
Him. Yeah, that motherfucker. So yeah, people started, cozying up to them, being nice to them, and it's like they're like, oh wow, these people have because even before
Osiris, those aren't cool parties. All right, calm down. We don't gotta stop lying to ourselves now. Okay?
Look, I don't know if you have ever been to a cocaine and/or sex party, but
I'm just saying. Hey,
I mean, look,
you don't gotta be out here shitting on people.
Look, hey,
you don't gotta yuck their yum.
Look, hey, look, you ain't look. Just look. I'll be honest with you. I've been to a lot of wild ass, fun ass parties that were full of people I don't politically agree with. I'll just be honest with you. Sometimes. Well, because like they used to say in the 90s.
No coquero.
But,
like an adult, okay?
Well, I mean, but the thing is, like, it's kind of like you say, man, we all black when the lights go out. Like, that's the truth. But no.
Damn.
We reach.
Damn.
I'm just saying. What was I heard somebody say the other day? So it's a black cat is like it's like steak. It's like you open it up, pink in the middle. Look like steak on the outside, look like prime beef on the outside, pink on the inside.
You better hit that warning button.
Oh wait, my bad here. Sorry. I apologize. Anyway, the whole point of that was just to say that I think the better we get at sussing out who the bad actors are versus the genuinely ill-informed. Because that's the thing a lot of people don't realize. There's a lot of people who you might think are MAGA who aren't really MAGA. They are just genuinely fucking stupid. Genuinely stupid, genuinely ill-informed, like that fucking farmer dude who didn't realize what he was voting for. There are some people that legit know, but there's people who don't follow shit the way we do. Like, I like to
lied to.
Well, and it's also very common that a lot of the times people don't go back to check if something is corrected. Like I tell people all the time, there were people out there back when Multiverse of Madness was coming out who believed that bullshit that Tom Cruise was in the movie. Because it got perpetuated. But the thing is, they're not like the rest of us. They're not refreshing the fucking whatever fill in the blank comic book news website over and over again every fucking day, waiting for the next new hotness to drop. These are people. They saw it on Facebook, moved on with their fucking life. They didn't go like they're not part of the fucking Facebook group. It was some shit they just kind of saw in passing, and then they move on with their fucking day. And they're like, oh wait, I saw this movie, but man, I thought Tom Cruise was supposed to be in this. Oh, you fell for it. Oh, come here, bless your heart. You gotta know the difference. And the sooner I want this place to be inclusive. I want people to feel welcome here, but also be welcoming to other people, because it's a two-way street. I think we have a great community here. And I think that 100%. Having that two-way street, like, I'm not saying welcome Nazis. I want people to understand that. I'm not saying that we're going to open the door to fucking Nazis. However, I will say, if motherfuckers were willing to come in here and sit down and be in good faith, which usually ain't the case with with grifters, but like just people are genuinely just trying to be better.
We've chewed up people in the chat here before.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it happens.
But the thing is, and that's why we say, like, look, man, come in, sit down. As long as you are treating other people the way you want to be treated, man, just don't make it weird. Don't make me have to pull the bear clip back out. Don't make me have to pull the bear clip back out. Don't make me have to pull. Don't make me have to hit you with the Oliver Queen.
You have failed this city.
Don't make me have to hit you with that. Don't make me. Don't make me have to throw you out like Jazzy Jeff, okay? Don't make me have to do that. But yeah, I think there's just some people. There are people out there that can be helped, and there's people who can't. You just have to know how to tell the difference between them, and go outside, meet people, because a lot of this bullshit does not happen face to face. You can change, like, I think you'll have an easier time changing a motherfucker's viewpoint face to face than in some ones and zeros. But yeah, anyway.
No, you're absolutely right. You want to open up the chat? And,
let's do that. Let's let me. There we go.
By the way, I realized something, because Primo put it into good perspective there.
What's that?
I was speaking generally, those ain't cool parties, but the ones that Mattis and Cawthorn specifically are talking about, nah.
Yeah.
So they geeked. Primo says they geeked out to go party with Dog the Bounty Hunter, aka Marjorie Taylor Greene. Man, you know how mad I'd be if I got to Congress and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And that's who shows up. I'm like,
look, man, at least let it be Lauren. At least let Lauren Boebert show up, because at least she's like half-ass decent. I can pretend for a few minutes that she's not who she.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, hey, like, come on, like, Lauren, come over. Let's go watch Beetlejuice.
It's hard to think about her that way, because she's such a fucking piece of shit. But like,
she's
if you turn your brain off. You're lying to yourself. She's not. She's an attractive lady.
She's not an unattractive, like okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene, unattractive woman. Lauren Boebert, attractive woman who has very ugly values.
And also pretty fucking stupid.
Yes.
Like,
not a bright person.
Not a bright person at all. I don't know how these people get. Like a politician, like, I get, like, okay, voters could be stupid. Okay, got it. But what kind of like bar do you have for your representative that you're gonna send to DC that you send somebody like that? That's wild.
It's I can tell you this much. It's not something that. It made me realize that there are dumb people out here voting. Just 100%. There are dumb people that are out here voting. People who don't pay attention. People who get caught up in the bigotry and the casual bigotry, casual racism. And they're the types of people that you would the type of people that you would think they are.
That's right.
You know, they are, you know, it's as in the famous words of Coach Denny Green.
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Yeah, that's who they are. We can't change that about them. But we can change the hearts and minds of other people. We hope.
That's
we
right.
Hope.
Look, money talks until those who are with me. I know not everybody's anti-capitalist here, but for those who are with me, until we bring down capitalism, money talks. And we saw what happened when Disney was getting paid to be woke. And now we see what's happened when they're being paid to not be woke. And I repeat, put your money where your mouth is.
100%.
But we can make a change, you know?
Yeah.
We can make a change here.
100%. I will say real quick, I do want to hit some super chats for because we got some stacked up I want to run through before we start bringing people in. We got Weedman Wade with the 5 says, just wanted to show love. Gonna take a mental health day tomorrow before the U.S. loses its collective shit. Yeah, well, shit. Whew, man, we live in a fucking dystopia novel. Like you ever you go back and you think about all those books you read as a kid. Where it's like, oh man, it's always raining.
We're living in a chapter in a history book right now.
Yeah, this is
a whole ass, like, this is gonna be a thing.
Yeah, people are gonna read about this shit. This is gonna be, well, I don't know. It depends on if we can turn shit the fuck around. But at some point, this is gonna become something that like is going to be. This is the beginning of the
end, or a dark point that we turned off from. Yeah.
Like, we'll look at this shit the same way we used to look at like the civil, like it'll be like the actual fucking Civil War. We'll be going back and reading about this shit, be like, oh, okay, well, there was this one side that was doing this other side won't do that. Or we'll look at the way people talk about the fucking Great Depression. It'll like. Yeah. This shit will have a fucking name, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
China's gonna become the next new world power.
Yes.
The global currency will be the yen. Yep. And the United States will probably still be the United States, but it's going to be much less successful than it was. And it'll be even more white supremacist than it is now, and an oligarchy.
Look,
and people,
wait a minute, Primo, I ain't gonna hold you. We passed Dark Reign. We went straight into fucking Siege. We are straight into fucking Siege, right? Well, no, actually, Siege is where shit gets back to normal. No, we're still in Dark Reign. You know what it is? We went through Secret Invasion. Now we're in Dark Reign.
yeah.
But
by the way, quick plug to some. Well, I guess not plug to anybody because I don't remember who said it, but it was somebody on TikTok that was like, "It's not paranoia to make sure that your passport is good to go now, because there may be a time where they start restricting that shit and make it harder to get one."
Well, and also if you're, I will go ahead and tell you right now, and this isn't a dunk or anything. This is me just warning you. I know that we do have some people in our chat. I have it under good authority. We have some people in our chat or a part of our community, as a whole, who are a part of the trans or non-binary community. I'm gonna go into it right now. It is too late to get a fucking passport with your correct gender on it. It is that has already gone through. I think the actress, what was it? Was it Hunter Schafer? I believe it was Hunter Schafer.
I did read about that.
Yeah. They she got her passport back, and instead of having female listed, it has her biological or born gender at birth. And even she said that she was like, yep, I fucked around. Not in the she voted for Trump or anything, but like she fucked around in the terms of didn't do it in time. And now she's dealing with that. I'll just go ahead and say, we're take this shit incredibly serious. It's wild out here. Also, Weeman, thank you for the Blur Club Gold. Also got some from Romy Forever with a 10, so just showing some love. Totally appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Got another one from Wee Man Way with the 5 says no gamer would make a cyber car built out of paper mache. Elon fraud as fuck. No, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Dude, what was it I saw? You might have seen. Maybe you were the one that posted this. I don't remember. But someone had posted a thing where someone had a projector and they were projecting onto the back of every Cybertruck they saw videos about how Elon Musk is a robber baron and a Nazi and where he gets his money from.
Mean no? Was it? I know there was one where they were doing a projection onto
the back of the
Tesla headquarters building.
Okay, no, and it was. Okay, that was that. This was someone did it to someone's car while they were parked, like they were in traffic. They were behind them.
Damn,
and
that's
had
awesome.
Dude, I fucking love that shit. Fucking love that shit. What else we got? We got Bobby Leday with the 199 says, and half the time they have anime or V-girl pics. Look, the anime profile pic is the dead
That's generous. That's generous.
I was gonna say 75.
Generous. Yeah, that's oh my. And I feel bad. If you like anime and that's your PFP, that's okay. But those are the ones, they're doing it because they are bigots. And they know that they don't want their family, friends, jobs to find out about them because they know they're pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I love Uppity Negro. She will find pictures of the motherfuckers and repost. I'd be like, ooh, get him. No, because it's always motherfuckers with fucked up hairlines, big bellies, and like bad acne. And no prospects out here talking the greasiest. Oh man, by the way, shout out to Weedman Wade with the 5 gifted. God damn.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Speaking of Paris Yule out here as well with the 5 gifted. Jesus Christ. Look, I gotta play this.
Jesus!
But no, we got we also got actually I want to play this just because it makes more sense. Wow, out here this is really, what can we do to get better nerd actually this was just a statement I just want to read because I saw it earlier and I thought it was interesting. What can we do to get better nerd media critics, stupid outrage, BS, and anti representation? So here's the thing. I say it all the time. You got to do the thing. You got to be the change you want to see. While I have often said that me making this channel was largely due to have something to kind of channel some of my mental health stuff, I did also, the reason why I chose the name Blerd Without Fear was because I saw that there was already then a strong force of pro-white nerd channels out there. I still, to put a finer point on it, I still remember Diversity in Comics. A lot of y'all probably don't remember that channel. It was a comic that, or not a comic, it was a comic book channel that the name would make you think that they are pro-diversity in comics. No. Kind of like the same way that libs of TikTok, you would think like we just didn't know anything. You're like, oh, this must be like a lib, pro-lib channel. No. I remember watching dude's video for the first time. I was like, oh, he's a racist.
Got it.
I was like, oh, he's fucking. And the best part about it, I remember he went on some video thing like for Comic-Con or whatever, and they clowned the fuck out of him. And I was like, oh yeah, get him.
Is he still? Is that a channel anymore? Or no.
No, I think he changed the name of the channel at some point. I think, and I don't know if he makes. I haven't heard word one about him for like some years. But yeah, he was a piece of shit. He was literally a terrible individual. And we also let's welcome Reggie Marshall into the Blerd Club Silvermine. We appreciate you. And that is not it. That is not it. We still got one more. This is over on the Streamlabs side. We got Paris Yule out here with the 10. It says, great topic tonight, gents. We appreciate you, man. Paris out here holding it down. We love to see it. We love to see it. Love that. That's the homie right there. That's the homie. Out here living his best life. Yeah, just doing it. We love to see it. let's go ahead and get into, let's go ahead and bring somebody in. Let's bring somebody in.
Yeah.
Let's bring somebody in. By the way, y'all, just so you know, do we have anybody in there like right now? I have not looked.
We have 4 and Slick Fang is inside right now, but go ahead.
Go off, King.
Hello.
Go off.
What's going on?
Well, I was more or less thinking about the topic that you're going into, about the intersections between, well, like I said, nerd culture and now the alt-right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember just looking at all that shit going down like the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Initially joining the internet, I think I got my first computer, well, first one with my own money at like 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And just going to message boards and watching all of the shit unfold. Like, you could see the casual N-word, you could see things taking so many drastic steps, but whole different discussion for another day. The thing that
No, but you're actually onto something
Yes.
right there. But not to pull you off the point you want to make though is one of the things that we didn't talk about was this rose tinted glasses of this didn't start in 2014, 15, 16.
No.
We've always had that toxicity there, and we have to be like Blair said, we have to be that change. But go ahead.
Yeah, but the one thing that I actually am kind of noticing that it doesn't get talked about too much within nerd culture, because I know a lot of it is usually down to the media, like your animes, your TV shows, your comic books, whatever, video games, you could throw that into there. One thing that I don't see it getting talked about is with the technology side of the nerd culture type thing. Because one thing that I know is that there are a lot of fucking right wingers that are into tech. And when I check for any left leaning folks, yeah, about ghost as a graveyard there.
Interesting.
100%. 100%.
And
Interesting.
for me, being a tech enthusiast, it's weird to see sometimes, especially considering, for me, just to kind of throw at least a little bit of inside baseball on there, I run my own little data center at home. I have servers that I have built. I have things that were pre-made and stuff that I supported and backed off Kickstarter.
Oh wow.
Okay.
If I were to sell all this, it would be like 20 or so grand.
Jesus.
And that's years of investment.
Damn. Let me get $10.
600, well, not six, well, almost 600 terabytes of data. I haven't even hit a petabyte yet.
God damn.
600
I'm trying to get like
terabytes. Yeah, for real.
you. Dude, how can I get like you?
Just over the years of me kind of getting to this point, because at first I started with gaming PC, then I see videos from YouTubers like Linus Tech Tips, Gamers Nexus.
Yeah.
I started with these in the tech space. If anything, they are apolitical and they do not talk too much about politics. Except
I was gonna say,
maybe-
how does an alt-right tech channel, how do they present as alt-right? What are they? They're a tech channel, but then they'd be like, MAGA's dope. Like, how do they fit that in?
well,
Because
the
at least
thing
like in comic books, there's like themes in stories that we can call woke or whatever. How does that work in tech?
Well, for them, think of it a bit like the patriarchy system. They kind of do it based off of seniority, at least for the all-right side of that aspect. Most tech channels try to present apolitical as possible and try to get to the point. They're there for you to learn. And a lot of people learn things from it, but they don't ever really kind of think too much about it other than, hey, how do I set up a server? Hey, what hardware do I need if I want to run a Plex server, I want to run a music server, and I want to have something to where I can read my comic books and manga?
So what is a left wing like channel that does that? What does that look like to you?
That's the thing for me. I don't think there is, because I've never run into one.
No,
not
wait. So
run into
not what do they talk about? I'm saying in your imagination, what would you like to see? What does that channel look like to you?
Oh, for that one is actually a good question, Robo, because even I'm having a hard time trying to think about it. Like, the only thing that I could think of in a tech enthusiast space that would remotely kind of get to, I guess you would say, talking any sort of politics is things like right to repair. Because
Okay.
that is one of the few issues that I could argue gets very political in topics and almost everyone left, right, and center agrees on.
Mm.
But it's kind of weird how usually I find a lot more right wingers in the space before I find anyone that is left of center.
Mm.
You can find centrists,
Yeah.
but it's hard to find anyone that is on the left or anyone
And if
that
they are, they're not going to talk about it
yeah,
for
because
fear
like,
that they'll lose followers.
Yeah.
either fear of losing followers or they're kind of like how I stated before. They're the type of people who like to get to the point.
Right.
It's, hey, you have this issue. I helped you with this issue. We're done. Don't come to me for any more unless you have a different issue that I can help with.
So
A
check
bit
this out. So check this out. The way I can see this working is, and maybe, I think given that I know you stream and you are the enthusiast and you have the equipment, seems like you have the knowledge. I think this could be, again, to talk about, what Blerd says, be the change you want to see, be that tech channel. But one thing that I can see is less about what you talk about, right? Less about, the topics and more about what people are seeing. And so a good example of that is there's a trans woman that transitioned very late in life. It was a very heartwarming, feel good story. I wouldn't say very late, not like that comic book creator Jenny, but it was like I would say they're probably in their 50s and then transitioned. And she has a TikTok channel called The Handyman. Now,
Oh, I know you're talking. I follow her. Yes.
and she's not talking about trans rights or reproductive rights or anything about politics. She's like, this is how this is the better way to install a light switch or da 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 da. Mercury Stardust, is that her name? Okay. I follow her. I just didn't know her real name. I just know the Handyman. And she is clearly a trans woman, right? And I say clearly because, they say you can't tell, but if you transition late in your life, unfortunately, the truth is you can probably tell. So what she's doing at that point is having that representation, even though the topics might not be what it is. And it's like, is she going to get hate? Is she going to get shit on the comics? Sure. But somebody out there, trans kids, queer kids in general, Mercury does not represent us. Oh, see, you know what they say? They say like, hey, let somebody stick around long enough and there's something you're going to find out about them.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Is she problematic? Are we about to learn something new?
Oh my God, please don't. Oh, please don't tell me I'm about to learn something terrible about the.
She's white, so
Yeah.
I'm already prepared for the worst.
Why?
Yeah. You shouldn't
I
be
saw the
too
comment and I went, my heart just sunk. Robo's out there just building them up.
That sucks.
Look, man,
Anyways,
why y'all do this to me?
But the point is the same, right?
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
you, as a young black man, comes on there, does a tech channel. That's representation in and of itself. You know what I mean? That's like, look, they're not all white, middle America, MAGA or MAGA coded. Maybe they don't want to talk about it. But you could be different.
That is something that I can think of. Well, that I do think about a bit at a time.
Because I know you got the equipment for it because you stream.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just the equipment for streaming. It's also because the part of the reason I haven't been streaming is kind of putting out some small fires because unlike, what you would think of a regular tech enthusiast who usually buys hardware within a month or so.
Yeah.
Because of Kickstarter, I've got a lot new hardware coming in and I've been just kind of integrating, pulling old things out, putting new things in, setting up redundancies here and there. Just so that way, if anything goes down, I at least have a backup. Like that. Plus, I also got, if you remember me posting a few things in the tech channel, like that portable NAS. So playing around with that.
Yeah. I need to get with you on some of that shit too, because I need to. I'm thinking about. I'm deep in the game. I'm thinking.
He's,
I'm
he's,
thinking
about,
it's time.
he's thinking about going big time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like when. Well, this mostly. Well, actually, to give a little baseball on this, the main reason why I've gotten to this point is because it started off with that one Linus Tech Tips video, the gaming NAS. I got the operating system. I got the hardware. It took me around 6 months, and I already had some stuff because I set up like a server with pseudo gaming parts for like a project of learning about one of the products that we have at my job.
Yeah.
It was a virtual appliance. I set that up, had that running for a bit, but getting back to this, ever since then, it has been a cascading scale because when I found out how to set up Plex, and then I found out how to set up my own website and my own cloud servers, it was done. I was locked in.
Wait, so you realize, both of y'all, you realize we don't live in Sweden, right? Like you can't, you can't. They're gonna get your ass. You're about to lose all that shit.
Nah.
They can't find me.
Wait a minute.
Oh no. The thing where I can actually argue against that is I do have training as an ethical hacker. I do know how to hide myself.
See?
Only thing is, I just can't hack into your things because I did kind of sign some documents by the school that I went to and my job that I wouldn't do it. And they kind of know my footprints, so if I did do that, that's a jail cell for me.
Damn.
No.
This
Don't
is
do it.
talking
Don't
about
do it.
digital footprints, your digital fingerprints.
No. They
Ooh.
know it by how the attack is. Like if they detect something like, well, kind of
What
like
you've
how
been taught.
my, yeah, because one of my teachers kind of, well, just to use a phrase that he told us, if they catch you sending malformed packets on this network, and this was when we were still at the school in our dorms, if they catch you doing this, I had nothing to do with that. You're on your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, the malformed packets will get you every time, I tell you.
Oh no, they can tell you because it's the easiest way. Is like, oh, who's sending malformed packets on this network?
Oh shit,
This
he caught.
dumbass.
Damn. All right.
All right, but yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, we look forward to watching your tech channel.
Oh, that's if I can get to it.
All right.
Because they're dragging me into the office.
All right,
Hopefully,
later.
I have time. All right.
See ya.
Hey, take care, Sick Fam.
All right, so I got that thing that going on, so I can't read it. It's like S dot dot dot, but S dot 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 with no PFP.
It's Screwface Capone.
Oh, what's up, Screwface?
Oh, are you in streamer mode?
Yeah, because I use virtual cam. It's a thing. I'll tell you.
It's okay. You good. It's okay.
Join voice.
What up?
Hey, oh wait, we lost. Oh, we lost him.
He did the joint voice thing.
Hey,
All right, you're
there
back.
we go.
Yep.
We got you.
Okay, great. Yeah, so a few quick things. First of all, we got 191 people watching, but there's only 167 likes. The math ain't math. Come on, guys, hit that like button.
Look,
Also, I think you guys are.
Don't make me have to hit this on y'all. Come on, y'all. Get with it.
Also, you guys were talking earlier about growing up in nerd spaces, like about the first Power Rangers. It just made me think about something like because my mom and dad were like really huge nerds. Matter of fact, my first game system was the Intellivision because my dad had that along with a whole bunch of games.
That sounds like me and my uncles. My uncles were big nerds. My uncle got me into comic books. Other uncles had Ataris. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Also, like back in the days, my brother and I used to rent video games, and one time we rented Street Fighter, and after we'd go to bed, they'd be up playing, trying to do the moves and stuff.
Yeah. See, but Street Fighter was one of the ones you were allowed to play, though. You could play sports games and you could play fighter games.
Yeah, those same hard asses I used to hang with, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat were the only other games they played.
Yeah.
Like outside of NBA, Live or Madden or whatever, it was the only thing you could do. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, that was it.
Right. They also got hooked on the Gradius too, the bullet hell shooter. I don't know if I would call it bullet hell, but that's another game they really like playing.
Oh,
Nice.
damn, dude, you just took me back. God damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
when you said rented video games, I'm like I had like a nostalgia euphoria because I'm like, bro, I remember we used to go to this grocery store. I don't remember what, maybe like a Food Line or something, and it was and they had like in the back of it had like a little tiny grocery store rental, and they would have video games there, and I would be like, man, I feel man.
we had that same. There was the grocery store that I went to, Acme, in Ohio. That had the very same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they were cheaper
but,
than Blockbuster. Blockbuster, like rich people went to.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
what I thought when I was a kid. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
But one other thing, like we were talking about like chuds and stuff earlier. Like one thing that always struck me about them, like the young Rippas, the Smash JTs, the Nerdrotics. It's like they talk about stuff that's like you can instantly like look that up online and debunk that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if they're like I'll give you an example, right? Like when the strike first happened at Disney like about a year ago, and Irk and Jerk was trying to pass that off as they were striking because they were against woke stuff, but when it was actually about like AI replacing their work and whatnot. So what kills me about that is like they'll say that shit to you, but you can easily go online and debunk that. So what does it say about how they what they think about their fans when they're coming out there and saying that stuff, knowing that it's BS? And what does it say about their fans if they believe that at face value? Like when you don't do your own like we don't do your own due diligence and look up this stuff.
It's funny you say it because it goes back to the geeks and gamers thing I was talking about earlier, and the stuff with like Young Rippa and like the Miles Morales stuff. A lot of people forget Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers used to praise Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Used to praise the sequel trilogy.
Before he was paid not to.
Before he was paid not to. And Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers has gone on record on live streams with other fucking chud content creators, like some of the ones you already mentioned, openly lamenting that he wishes he could make content where he could talk about something he enjoyed. He knows that if he makes content about shit, goddamn, dude, first off, no, 100,000, 10 million% correct. But the thing is, it's the same thing goes with Rippa. He shits on Miles Morales now when there is video evidence of him saying that he thinks Miles Morales is so fucking cool. But now he don't give a fuck about Miles Morales because that's what pays the bills. And the thing is, the answer to your question is this. They know their audience is stupid. They know their audience isn't smart enough to fact check them. They know their audience. Right. And not only that,
our president does it. Of course they're going to do it.
Of course. Dude, they know. They know. And here's the thing. The audience, they're so fucking lonely and desperate for a leader, for a daddy.
For acceptance.
For
community.
Acceptance. Okay, you know what it is? Okay, here, boom. They're
using the same tactics that gangs use when they want fodder.
Motherfucker, get out my head.
Right.
Thank you. So that's that same shit that got Lonnie Lincoln's ass in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That's the shit that they're doing to these fucking chuds. That's how they get them. And they get sucked in. Like
confirmation bias. That's a beast.
It's dude, so much. It is. You show like this thing. They give you the bait and switch. Hey, you want to come to us? We're not going to judge you for what you look like or how bad you are with girls or your bad acne or the fact that you're not very attractive or that you're overweight or that you like things that other people don't think are normal or you know, whatever, mainstream. Man, come hang out with us. Come on, man, sit down.
We got cookies.
Yeah, we do. Hey, we're going to be watching Avengers Endgame here in a minute, man. You want to come sit down with us?
Yeah.
Come on, man, sit down. Hey, what do you like on your pizza?
Anchovies.
Anchovies?
Dude, you know what they're really saying?
We'll get you a half. We'll get you we'll get a pizza, half anchovies just for you, man.
Check this shit out though. What they're saying actually is, don't you want to have more sex?
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Just women just get to like go and do whatever they want. Don't you want to live in a world where you have the power again?
What's up with all these black people?
That's the shit. Exactly. That's just wild. But anyways,
yeah.
All right, Screwface. Appreciate you.
We appreciate you chilling with us, man.
No problem. Have a great weekend.
Hey, you too. Real quick, I do want to say, I want to pull this up because I found this incredibly interesting. I just want a quick interjection. I didn't want anyone to think that I was ignoring what was said. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Tatum Ray said, Mercury Stardust, we were talking about earlier, the handyman, used to be a big misogynist and treated her burlesque dancers horribly, bragged about taking advantage of a woman. There's a lot of videos exposing her. It's a whole TikTok deep dive. I'm gonna tell you what, I think I saw Robo say something earlier about this. Yeah, if for whatever reason, if you can hit us with, if you have any access to those videos, I can look for them. But now, and the reason why I'm gonna take a vested interest in this is because my wife really likes her.
Yeah.
Like she's a fan of her, and I was a fan of her, and I'm sorry, if it's one of those situations where like I deep dive into this and I find like some sus shit, I'm gonna have to reevaluate that whole oh my god, I like this person so much type shit. What you got?
Here's something to watch after is
you found
it's
some
an
shit.
hour. Somebody made a YouTube video, an hour long, the shocking truth about Mercury Stardust. 56 minutes.
Okay.
They're going in.
Damn. God damn. Okay, you know what? All right, fuck it. But yeah.
Holy shit, wait a minute.
What's up?
Is Mercury Stardust a brown person?
No, not to my knowledge. I thought she was white.
Oh, is that the creator? Because they look like they has. Never mind. That was the creator. They had similar noses. I was like,
oh, gotcha.
How did she go from like Arab looking to like a complete white person?
It's like, hold on, is she like, wait, is she bleaching? It's like, nah. But no. Also, man, shout out to the homie Cypher World out here. I see you up there. You creeping? You trying to catch up with my black ass? This dude out here about to be like, I'm not bullshit. This motherfucker's about ready to catch up with me. Like I'm out here. I was out here struggling to get to 100K. This motherfucker about damn near ready to do it off top. Man, love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah. Love to see it, man. Shout out to the homie, man. And matter of fact, here, I'm gonna drop the bomb for you because you deserve it. You deserve it. Here, there you go. Bam. But yeah, here, I want to actually hit this one real quick too, just and like I said, we'll follow this up. But yeah, truly, I looked up to her. But the podcast clip of her saying the jokes about assault has been wiped as far as I've seen. Okay, well, I tell you what, somebody must have found it. But yeah, this is something that,
I mean, this video I posted in the thing is 56 minutes. I'd be surprised if it wasn't in there because that's a long ass time.
Yeah, that motherfucker in there. Oh, and you know what? R. Kelly said, got a whole
I found
Reddit.
it. I scrolled through it. I didn't see any links in it though. It just stories. But maybe I didn't look far enough.
You know what? Thank you for saying something, John, because I just caught that. Thank you for saying that. I just caught it.
Man, that has been happening to me, especially for YouTube.
Yeah, it's only with YouTube. Only with YouTube.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering
if it's a social stream thing.
It's 100%. 100%. I'm
gonna replace social stream.
Man, you got to get right, man. Got to get right. But I just I'm bringing it. Well, let me see. Did it? Hold up. Reload the source. Trying to get the thing to pop back up, but now it's acting like it don't want to pop up. So, oh my god, being lame. It's being
the Nerd All Right channel.
Let's do it like this.
Reminds me of the main character of Kick-Ass. Seems like he embodies that lonely nerd. Yeah, that's it right there.
No,
that's
100%.
how they get. That's how they tap in, right? Like that's why we brought up the whole like gang life stuff. Is like you take kids who have nothing, who grew up with nothing, who may or may not have both parents in the house, maybe they don't have either parent in the house, then raised by their grandma, and it's like then you got these dudes that are like, bro, we your family. We could be your family. Do you see what I drive? Do you see what I got? Do you see this what I have on my neck? You can have this. You don't deserve to live like this. And they're like, bet. Okay, let's go. Let's go do crimes because now I feel good. Now I feel like I'm somebody. Now you sit there and they take that same exact tactics and they go, oh, were you bullied? Do you see yourself? You don't even get to see yourself in your shit anymore. That was like your one thing. And now everyone's gay and black. Like, aren't you mad? And girls don't like you either. So like, come over here. We have all that stuff. And we're going to make sure you get it. And like, yeah, finally somebody understands. That's how they all sound.
That's what it is. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Don't have to be brokey. Stupid.
Goddamn.
All right. Oh, next person.
We got Taquino.
T dot. What's going on, Taquino?
You know you can turn off streamer mode temporarily.
Oh yeah. Oh, disabled. Look at that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on?
We just ignoring you. We were saying stuff. That's what we were. Can you hear
I
us?
was just making sure because I've been enjoying this conversation of roasting the chuds, but there's two things I want to ask y'all because I don't know if y'all talked about it, but about the news of the fact that Marvel and DC are actually finally after years doing a big crossover.
I heard. I heard.
Which honestly, for me, that has caught me off guard, blew my mind. Like, oh crap, we're actually doing this.
Are they gonna make it? Are they gonna make it official though? Meaning, is this some like Kellogg's cornflakes comic book that don't really count?
No.
Are they gonna call this literally a part of the multiverse?
Well, they said right now each company's gonna do a one shot. And they said depending on the success of the one shot, they'll start thinking, okay, maybe we'll start doing other stuff.
Damn. That means we're getting that omniverse back. We're getting like a multiverse within multiverses.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be like, honestly, it's a license to print money.
Right. Yeah.
It's a license to print money. People will.
I'm just being a dork and trying to figure out how the multiverse works if the DC is part of it. And the DC has a multiverse.
Honestly, I'm scared of it just for my own personal reasons, largely because no one's gonna be happy with this shit.
No
one's gonna. I remember. I remember the original Amalgam. I remember people being fucking pissed.
We interviewed Ron Mars, talked about it. It was pretty funny.
Well, and it's and that was kind of thing. It was like, and this is why I tell people all the time. This is why I think it's better when if they're. I don't want them to do Amalgam. I'll just go ahead and put this out here. I don't want Amalgam. Keep that shit
Definitely
the fuck away from whatever this is. If they want to do like what they did, like back, what was it, the George Perez like JLA Avengers thing? If you want to do something if you want to do that, cool. I don't want to see them fighting each other. I do not want to see them fighting each other because
damn well they're gonna get verses. That's how they're gonna get them.
They're gonna do it because it sells.
That's it right there.
But like, man, I hate that shit because here's the thing: there is never gonna be a definitive winner. There's never going to be a definitive winner, and it's always going to be up to whoever was writing at the time. So, because I think this is actually what happened with Amalgam.
Honestly, I think what they should do is that, like, if they're really serious about printing money, I would probably say, all right, we're going to do this crossover. It's going to be separate from the main universe. And we're just going to pick specific characters to be in this universe and just say, okay, these characters know each other. Like, because honestly, I don't think they want to have like all the copycat characters. Like, I don't think they're going to want, no, we want Green Arrow and Hawkeye. No, we got to pick one or the other.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that would be for the best. Like, I don't want to see, I know some people think it would be cool. Yeah, it would be.
There's only 1-2 copycat characters that I could see get away with it.
Yeah.
Is Black Cat and Catwoman.
Well, yeah, because they've diverged. So, like I could give you that one because they're so different from each other now.
Yeah,
like they're nowhere near the same character.
Selena's more like wishy-washy, but Felicia is more like, oh no, like I'm just doing this just to survive. Like I'm not an asshole.
Right. It's a like I like if they said, hey, we want to put Deadpool and Deathstroke in the same room, I'd be okay with it because they're like, well, yes, Deadpool's an unabashed copy.
You know they'll make a joke and say Deadpool's related to Slade.
Oh yeah, they'll make some. Well, and the thing is, it would be for the memes. It would literally like I would be there for the memes. Like it's you like okay. Like, okay, put Daredevil and Batman in the same room with each other just for no other reason. I want to hear someone call Daredevil Red Batman. That's the only reason I would even want to see them in the same room with each other.
No, that's what I'm saying, because they could probably just like any characters have like similar last names, like Tim Drake, Bobby Drake. They might say like, well, their names are Drake, make them related.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that's my cousin.
You want me to put you all in a bad mood?
What's that?
So you know how all these corporations are changing their tunes now that we got President Elon Musk in office. What would you all do if we take Miles Morales 616? They use this event, pull him out, and permanently kill him off.
Oh God!
Nah.
Would you all stop reading Marvel?
No,
I'd be.
I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't stop. But
he's like, don't get too.
He's like, calm down. He's like, calm down.
A lot of money. You're gonna lose a lot of money if you take out Miles.
Well, I think here's the thing. I don't think so this is a cow. This is a sacred cow that needs to go. Characters do not need to be killed for shock value. They need to stop doing that shit because for one, it never fucking sticks. Kamala Khan got killed off. That motherfucker was back inside of a month. She was back
Gwen Stacy.
Right. Gwen Stacy. And here's the fucked up part about that is the way that they're doing this is kind of shitty. It's like, dude, why are we digging up Gwen Stacy, turning her into a supervillain? And here's the thing. If the book, because Spider-Man books always sell. Let's just go ahead and just accept that. Even the Zeb Wells Amazing Spider-Man, as much as everyone claimed they hated it so much, that book fucking sold. So as much as people say they're going to hate this shit, this book's going to fucking sell. And Marvel will learn the wrong lesson. They'll be like, ooh, shit, motherfuckers were still buying it.
Yeah. But I
bring her back. Bring back actual Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
John Stewart, we did at the beginning.
But yeah, like I want to ask y'all, like, what are some, like, if they're gonna do like a separate like amalgamated universe where all these characters are coexisting, what are some team ups or some interesting changes that y'all would want? Because me, I already know. I want Peter Parker to be in the Teen Titans and be besties with Nightwing.
That makes sense.
I can see that.
But isn't he like a whole ass adult now though?
I mean, he can just be on the Titans.
Well,
the Titans are the grown ones.
Like
the Titans. Yeah.
Just put him in the Titans. Just say like, oh yeah, he used to join us, but he wanted to go solo. But me and him, we're cool.
I want to see Miles in what you call him, Milestone. That would be dope.
I would like
him meeting Static.
Yeah.
That
Static,
would be cold.
the whole
That'd
crew.
be gangster.
Yeah,
that'd be gangster.
You know what? I honestly thought if you want to, like, if they're doing like an amalgamated universe, you want to make things interesting. Put Doom Patrol and Beast Boy in the X-Men.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing that because I mean they're practically. I mean they were quite literally the same thing. Came out the same time, pretty much.
You could say like maybe if they don't want to do Alpha Flight, but I would imagine that they would. But if they don't want to do Alpha Flight, you could say, oh, there's a separate team over here called the Doom Patrol, and then they go to Charles like, hey, we got this kid. His name's Garfield. Can y'all look after him while we do some serious stuff?
I'd be here.
And it goes like, and it was oh cool. What's his code name? Beast Boy. And I can imagine Iceman make a joke like, see, that doesn't work because we got Hank and he's Beast.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be Changeling.
Dude, that would be the nastiest way for them to put him back on his original name. That would be fucking crazy. For me, like what I would like to see, I actually would not mind seeing maybe like if you want to keep it like, if you want like, because I like my street level shit. I love my street level shit. So I would love it if they actually, did take a character like maybe Moon Knight. Have Moon Knight. I don't even want him hanging out with Batman, because it would be too much brooding. But
he could
I
take
would
the
want
Ghostmaker spot. Like he could be what
that's-
Ghostmaker is right now.
that's what I would want. I would want Ghostmaker and Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want to see not one stitch of Batman in that interaction. I don't even want to see like if there's like a far off rooftop. I don't even want to see Batman sitting on a far away rooftop, just like, ooh, I wonder what they're doing. Nah,
that could be a joke with the Bat family. Like that could be a joke with the Bat family. Like they just look at Bruce like, Bruce, weren't you just wearing white a few days ago? That was not me.
That wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
And one other change that I would like to see is like, because honestly, if they're gonna do a universe with all of them together, obviously they're gonna pick who's who and make them like the Avengers of the Justice League. But one change I would like, because obviously, I mean, they already confirmed that they do it. Cap's gonna be the leader de facto, because even in the old crossover, Superman and Batman are like, yeah, no, you're the leader. You're the guy. But it'll be interesting, like if they, they're like, it'll be interesting, like if they did something to Superman's origin, where like the reason why Superman is this righteous, upstart like hero is because he grew up hearing about Captain America, and then he meets Captain America and he fanboys a little bit, like, oh crap, Captain America.
It would make sense because technically, like a lot of times, they're both treated as though they are not real in other people's like they're treated as though they're like any other piece of media in their respective universes a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So it would actually be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool to see. I would be down to see that.
Now here's the thing. Because I had an idea with this also. Would y'all be okay with if they actually did Cap and Wonder Woman and did like a romance angle?
Sure.
I'd be fine with it. I mean,
as long as Steve's dead or something.
He is dead right now.
That's right, he is dead.
He dead to motherfucker right now. So I mean, shit.
I think
do whatever you want.
Because honestly, like he could probably just take over the Steve Trevor spot. The only difference is he's actually in the front lines with her in the league in the Avengers, and and like all the other leaguers would be like, hey, don't mess with Diana or you're gonna get Cap pissed.
Sure,
I would love it.
All right, Taquino, appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, take care. Let's see.
All right, Space Cowboy, and then we have a special guest after Space Cowboy.
And then we are here. Let me do. I'm gonna do this now. We're shutting down after our special guest after this. That's it.
What's up, Space Cowboy? What you got for us?
Even the best for last, huh?
Yeah.
What's up, Space Cowboy?
How are my fine gentlemen doing tonight?
Doing well. Doing well.
Good. You?
How are you?
Good. I'm doing pretty all right, my man. I'm shoot. Actually, I just picked up the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection today, so that helps me a lot because I have not been able to record anything much. So that'll definitely help me spread some videos out for like good period of time.
Yeah.
But just want to say real quick, I know it's a little rough trying to stay positive with just a lot of stuff going on right now in general, with politics, with the stuff you guys were talking about. I assume you two also heard about the WB games shit that just happened like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about that today. We just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's finito. I hate it. It sucks. I know people want to be negative and say like, oh, why did you think this Wonder Woman game would never fucking do anything? It's like just let's not pay attention about that shit. Like, okay, yeah, sure, it's fun to dunk on WB games, blah blah blah.
Right.
Why don't we just pay attention to the fact that how about the most important fucking female superhero ever missed her shot at finally getting a fucking game that not even Superman didn't get yet. You know,
Gail Simone was on the staff for it.
I heard about that. I was not aware about that. I heard about that. I'm like, wow.
Gail was 110 million% on board, and I like matter of fact, I got it right here actually because like I literally was prepared for us to go into this. But yeah, it says right here, says I was asked to do long-term consulting on the game, and I was thrilled to do it. It was a perfect storm of stuff I adore: Wonder Woman, video games, and one of my favorite game studios, Monolith, who produced the Game of the Year Mordor games that I was completely addicted to. The game was gorgeous and expansive. It was beautiful to look at. And she says, I am not going to give details for a number of reasons, NDAs. But every effort was made to make this not just a great game, but a great Wonder Woman game, a showpiece epic. You had what is objectively one of the best, I'll say it, the best people.
If you weren't heard before, you're heard now.
Man, bruh.
Shit.
Like, dude,
I went from, oh man, that sucks, to like, I'm really upset. I'm really upset.
You know, for me, honestly, listen. At this point, I think I am kind of like again. I had my hope. I had my hope with the Wonder Woman shit. I really did. But I think after this, I think that's the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I'm pretty much good with WB games at this point, especially you know, not even mentioning Monolith closed, like the Monolith. What was it? Monolith Player One games and the San Diego division. All three of those getting shut down.
Yeah.
So it's wraps. Also, and then of course to go back to the Spider-Man of it all too, because I know you just mentioned it. I know the Spider-Man comics haven't been great. I've been one of the people that haven't been buying Spider-Man comics, not necessarily because I hated the Zeb Wells run. You know, I'm not out here hating on it. I'm just simply like, yeah, you know what? Like a lot of these stories, like just a lot of the stuff in like that in that run, it's pretty mediocre to me. Like, I think the only thing I really liked that I wish stuck around was the Peter and Felicia shit.
I did like that.
Yeah, for me, I'm a firm believer of the Peter and Felicia relationship. I always kind of low key prefer Felicia over MJ.
Oh, all day.
It's one of those things where I really am saying, like, if we know y'all been slandering MJ out here for like the past like 15 to 20, like 20-ish years. If you were gonna do the if you were gonna at least attempt to do the Felicia thing, try to put her away, put MJ away. I don't know why you don't do it, but listen, whole anything Spider-Man thing, just I don't know, of course, and then the whole Kamala Khan thing too, like, oh yeah, let's fucking kill her off. Yeah. And also, Blerd, correct me if I'm wrong here. I know you can't keep up with every single book out there, but as far as I'm concerned, was NYX the only book that Kamala was getting focused on? Because I watched that video today and I heard about some of those books, those X books that got canceled.
That was it.
Yeah, so just fuck Kamala Khan then. Fuck Miss Marvel, bro.
Well, now, I will say this. In Marvel's defense, they do have a giant, I think it's a giant size X-Men. A little bit, teensy weensy bit.
Yeah, I think you gotta turn your volume down. We can hear ourselves.
Oh yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. But no, Kamala Khan is supposed to be getting some focus in I think it's a giant size X-Men one shot. I think that's coming up. I don't think it's a series. At least I don't remember it being listed as a series. But it's supposed to be like a giant size issue. It's supposed to like run down her going through back into the past of the X-Men. But my thing is this. Where's her own book? She needs to have her own book again and just let her do her thing. I don't need to see her
fucking X-Men character.
Well, it's like it's like honestly, the situation is as such. The original plan was that she was supposed to be a mutant, but because this was during the Inhumans initiative, when Fox still owned the X-Men. So basically what it is that they're playing catch up now to try and make up for lost time. But the problem is that we have associated her as well, and it's also this, like, I will give the only argument I can make for her to have an excuse to hang out with X-Men characters is because she did used to hang out with them a lot. It's just that it was never like a huge, major, ultra, mega big deal. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, she used to hang out with Wolverine. She's hung out with Cyclops, so on and so forth. She's been a team with Cyclops for the most part. But the thing is, at the end of the day, either put her with the fucking X-Men and make her a cornerstone piece, or don't. Like, or leave her the fuck off of it and just let her. She can stay a mutant. I don't care, but at least let her have her own book and do her own shit.
Yeah, because now the issue I'm also finding too, because it's like, you're trying to roll in a character like Kamala Khan into the X-Men, which that in of itself isn't necessarily the issue. But then when you consider, like, obviously, like, well, they're always going to try to put out a bunch of X books, multiple times.
God.
And it's like all of the, like, no matter how you slice it, the majority of the stories are always going to center around that, that sort of like darker tone melodrama, kind of storytelling. And, trying to throw a character like Kamala in that is just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
She needs to be, look, I don't mind Kamala being on the team, but like, here's the thing. Let her have, I think a lot of this shit wouldn't even fucking matter if she had her own book. If she had her own book and where she's getting the lion's share of the story, I think a lot of these problems would go away. But I do agree with what I've been saying in the chat. They don't know what the fuck to do with her right now. And I think they might want to try and figure it out. Like, I don't know. I noticed that, they had the actress playing her in the MCU, Iman Vellani, co-writing the book. She giving her a little mini-series and stuff, but the mini-series always wound up not having shit to do with shit. So it's like, just let her have her own shit. Let her have her own shit. She can hang out with the X-Men with like you can treat her as an X-adjacent character. Maybe don't have her on the team, because she's always going to be back of the bus. Yeah, like just and this is not trying to talk shit about Marvel, but like at the end of the day, whenever they get these writers to do these books, there's always going to be characters that they're going to want to have at the forefront, because those are the characters that are going to sell. So you're always going to have a Cyclops, you're always going to have a Jean Grey, a Storm, a Wolverine, a Gambit, a Rogue, a Nightcrawler, whoever. These characters are always going to be front and center, and Miss Marvel can't compete with that on that level, at least not in terms of marketability. So let her have her own book and be done with it. That's where I'm at on that one.
True. All right, Space Cowboy.
Hey, we appreciate you, King. We appreciate you.
Always. Y'all have a good night, all right?
Hey, you do the same. And we got
and now special guest.
Do we?
What? Go ahead. Oh, we're loud. Oh, you gotta turn us down. You gotta turn us down.
Turn your radio down.
Excuse me. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead and introduce.
Hey. For you don't know, they call me Cypher in these YouTube streets. I know, right? I'm not
Cypher world.
You know. By the way, guys, I have a critique for the show. You guys used to have this dude in the panel called Chipper or some shit. Whatever happened to him? Chipper.
It was sip her or something like that.
Oh, sip her. Sip her. Got it. Damn,
we actually got rid of him because it was a very inappropriate name, and it was like, what are you doing?
Really? So heavy on the pronouns?
Yeah.
Woke
as hell. What's going on, man? Also, by the way, can you guys please tell the chat that we're friends? I've been trying to tell them. They don't believe me.
Hey, Cypher's... he's like, who's
like
we?
you too?
But no, it's no. I feel like everyone here should know. Everyone here should know. But just in case you didn't, Cypher's a homie. So
shit.
He a homie. He him.
Yeah.
But
ironically enough, those are my pronouns.
Right?
He is him.
He is him. Yeah. But no, Cypher, what have you been up to, man? What's been going on with you?
So, long story short, man, just doing the same old, playing some hard ass video games that make me do some property damage. Making content about those hard ass games. And then on my spare time, I be scrolling through the socials and getting pissed off that the chuds are doing chud shit, which you would think shouldn't piss me off, but here we are.
Hate to see it. I hate to see it. They be out here acting a whole fool.
It's crazy though, because now they're using the word DEI. We know what you guys trying to say, but with everything that's been going on,
I can tell you this.
Too many niggas.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
Literally. So real quick, before I say anything, people, chat, I need y'all to do me a favor. Even if you're not gonna play it, please support South of Midnight when it drops.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah?
Please support South of Midnight because it's already getting shitted on and the game's not even out. It's not going to be a full $70 game. I think it's going to be $40, right?
40.
You know what I mean? It's getting shitted on because they had, I think, 3 women on the development team, and they're saying it's a game that's made by women and all that.
The community manager is a associate of mine, a friend of mine. She, some of you might know her, Pikachu Lita. She's the community manager for that game, and people already hated her. Yeah, they already hated her from other shit. So now that she's the community manager of this, people are really going hard against her now.
So what? It's crazy you guys did this episode because I've been having this argument online because it's reignited a tired ass topic about shit is cool now. It wasn't cool back then. It's mainstream, blah, blah, inclusivity. And I just got one little comment for everybody. If you was lame back then because you like anime, because you like video game, it wasn't because of that. If you was lame, you always a lame. You cannot just blame all your shortcomings. The fact that if you're pressed that you can't get that shorty's number, if you're pressed that you are not far enough in life, it's not people of color's fault. It's not that girl who happens to like anime too. It's not those developers that are making dope ass games with dope ass concepts. Shut the fuck up. Get your life together. And like I said, move the fuck on, grow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to say, because I've been tired of seeing the same tired ass argument, right? I vowed, and mind you, I'm not into those type of games. That's more Robo's, most his field, most his left face.
I mean, I was looking at this South of Midnight too. I'm like, damn, action adventure. Oh shit, this is me. This is me right here.
Actually, here, you saying what you said, Cypher, you just gave me the perfect tee up to play this clip that I made specifically for this episode.
Well, you don't just give me flashbacks when that dude Chipper was here.
He's playing it.
Oh, sorry.
That's my part that won't be true. It'll be because you're an asshole.
There, yeah. Some of y'all might recognize that from The Social Network. Mark Zuck getting verbally cucked. That is
it's not because you're a nerd, it's because you're an asshole.
You're an asshole.
You're an asshole.
It's my favorite part of the movie. I honestly I thought the movie peaked like right there.
That's one of the things that I like to talk about sometimes. And I don't talk about it enough because I don't know how it comes off as, because I want to be helpful, but those people that were not getting that were like you said, like that were lame before, they're probably lame now. I know you're talking about because, and we all know who he's talking about because we go to Comic-Cons, right? And when we go to Comic-Cons, you're reminded, oh, there they are. They're still there. They're still there.
They're still there.
And so I would just say, we all hate Jordan Peterson.
Yep.
We all hate the dumb shit that all these red pillars try to say. But let me tell you all something. They do get something right. They do actually get something right. And it's and you can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Every time they talk about do your bed when you wake up, take a shower, keep yourself presentable, go work out. Now, their goal is why it's shit and why we ignore it, right? It shouldn't be about getting bitches, end quote. You know what I mean? It should be, but it does help, So if you're out there with some BO wearing clothes that you've been wearing for the past 3 days, you can't blame the alpha males or the chads. You know what I'm saying? Like, take care of yourself. Take a shower. You know what I mean? It's not magic, but it's good for your mental health, and that's what's important. No.
Oh, 100%.
And I can't stress this enough. Therapy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Go finally talk to that lady. You know what I'm saying? Finally call the lady. Holy shit. Nah, but that ass though, like, I just wanted to say that out loud because I've been repeating myself often, especially like, as TikTok, and Reels, and like every time this conversation comes up, and like I said, I've been repeating myself so often. Say, look, fam, only because the cool kids, quote unquote, like this shit now doesn't mean that like that's the reason why you're not just hitting rock bottom, you're moving laterally. You know what I'm saying? Get your shit together. And look, I don't pay attention to these let me control myself. To these individuals who be hating on games like South of Midnight, who are hating on Avowed over pronouns. Like, bro, like those are the people that don't pay attention. However, I will say this much: why I'm telling people to, pre-order, buy this game, even if you're not playing it, just support it, because what's happening with, we saw what happened with WB games. We see what happened to a lot of studios is that when games quote unquote fail. Right. And we're not talking about numbers. We're not talking about sales numbers, because obviously sales numbers don't mean shit, because Hi-Fi Rush did amazing and that studio still got shut down. Right. But when we're talking about games, like a lot of people tend to forget like the publicity that they get. Right. We talk about Dragon Age and they got shitted on for over quote unquote DEI. Shut the fuck up. Anyway. All this says a bad message to the company. It's like, well, obviously it's so well, but everybody hated it. Let's keep giving them more of the shit that we know is gonna sell. Like, I'm a Souls player, but I'm fucking tired of the Souls likes, and I'm a Souls player. Like, give other things a chance and support these games. I'm tired of the white savior complex. I'm tired of the damsel in distress. You know what I'm saying? Give me more complex stories, and also stop saying that a story is nuanced only because it tackles themes of oppressors versus the oppressed, and all these type of games that that all of a sudden nuance becomes a thing because it tackles something that makes you feel uncomfortable. And I know I'm in the wrong chat saying that, because all the chat here are the homies, but I just gotta say, for us to continue to have these great stories, buy these games.
Got to.
Yep.
Got to.
Yep. I just pre-ordered South of Midnight just now.
Cool.
And that shit looks dope as fuck. What? She's like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it looks dope. Kinda. It looks really dope.
I mean, it's like Spider-Man meets what's it called? Assassin's Creed.
Oh, and it's got that kind of Spider-Verse animation,
yeah,
with the missing frames and whatnot. But there's just for those who don't know, if you go on I think it's on the Xbox YouTube channel, but I think South of Midnight has its own YouTube channel, or the devs do. They have a little short, I think it's like a 35, maybe 45-minute documentary about the behind the scenes of making the game. It's really good. Like it's really fucking good. But yeah, it is, sadly it is an Xbox exclusive, but you can get the game on Steam. I would highly advise. I've been keeping my eye on the game for a long time. I think everybody should everyone should be checking this out. Like they're like honestly, yeah, I know I recently got a hard lesson in the rooting for everybody black meta because of Isaac Hayes III. But this is one of those where, yes, I'm rooting for everybody black in this scenario. Look, rooting for everybody black is back on the menu.
Well, it's like I say, not everybody's invited to the cookout, and some people can't get their cars revoked. You know what I'm saying? Robo tried to take mine when I cut my hair. For those who don't know, I used to have long, luscious locks.
Nah, say that again. What'd you say, Robo? What?
Robo tried to take my card away when I took my when I cut my locks off.
Well, no. I mean, what's the difference between me and you now?
Huh?
Nah, you.
No. I didn't hear you.
What was the difference between me and you now? You went from black to indigenous real quick.
This motherfucker.
Hey. You can't. Nobody fired me once. Okay. He didn't fire me, guys. By the way, I'm just.
No. He didn't.
No. He ghosted us.
I was gonna say. If anything, we got fired.
Hey. Look. I just want to start my solo career. I'm sorry. I had a mixtape.
I'm sorry. I got 70,000 in like 4 weeks. My bad.
He's like, man, my bad. He's like, hey, look, man. Yeah, hey. Sometimes it just be like that. No, it's fine.
Sometimes you gotta be great.
That's one of those weird instances. Like I can either agree, or I could be humble. What should I do, Chad? I'm gonna be humble. It wasn't 4 weeks. It wasn't 4 weeks.
He's gonna look. right now he's getting that that vibe where what is it, the dude in the meme where he's like sweating, trying to figure out what the fuck like trying to figure out what button he's gonna press. Like he's on that shit. He's like, man, do I stunt on these hoes? He's like, I can stunt.
I missed it. I did it too early. Gearless Motor, just pre-order. I will give away a copy to someone of your choosing in the stream. Blerd Without Fear. Why'd you do? I'm gonna go return my shit real quick.
He's like, God, no, don't return it. He's like, but no, shout out.
Didn't like the game.
Yeah, this motherfucker. He's like, I didn't play it. Didn't like it. He's like, God. See, this is gonna be the first time Robo will leave a chud review. Be like,
yeah,
whoa. It was woke. But no, Gearless, get with me because what's the date on this? What's the date on this game?
April.
Yeah,
April. Yeah,
April. If you buy the $50 one, is you can play April 5th.
It's in April.
We might. I tell you what, I'm not gonna lie. I'm for real down to put a little something on that as well. So because I want this game to do well. I want more people to play this game.
We're doing a giveaway.
Let's do a random number generator.
Yeah, we could do that. Also, I mean, the thing we've been doing for the claim sales has been working pretty well too.
Oh, do that.
You know what? I'll match it.
Oh shit!
I'll get one away too.
Nah,
Fun.
I bought two. One for me and Maneater. You guys are good.
He's like,
I'm maxed out.
He's like, no.
Since that YouTube money's coming in, I got you though.
He's like, no, he didn't. Wait a minute. Actually, I want to see something real quick. Is this the? I'm trying to remember. Is this the? Okay, yeah. This was the story. Okay, yeah. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that one. But no, I'll just say this. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a very good one. It's also here it is. I actually found the thing I was telling y'all about earlier. I just want to show this just real quick. If you look like right here, Weaving Hazel's Journey, a South of Midnight documentary. I was incorrect. It was 30 minutes long, but it's like it's a little short documentary. I actually highly recommend checking it out because you might learn some shit. You might learn some shit. But yeah.
Is it on the thing? What's the channel? Is it South of Midnight the channel?
No,
Compulsion Games.
Compulsion Games. Yeah, it's on Compulsion Games. But yeah, this is it right here.
Excuse me.
It's really good. I highly advise checking it out. Also, Gearless, shout out for that 1999 super chat. Man, I think I feel like that's it.
That's it.
I feel like that's the show, y'all. I don't got nothing else.
Hey, Cypher, you want the you read? Look at we're on.
I said in the back, like the meme was like they haven't noticed I'm not one of them.
Day 32. They still think I'm a dog. Shit. You want to close us out? LC.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So we had another episode. What episode is this? Damn, 64?
64, yeah.
64 of the Nerds of Culture with the man with absolutely no fear, Blerd Without Fear. The man who always leans left, never looks right, Left Face TV. And I'm Chris Kreiser, and this is the Nerds of Culture.
He's also Chris Cypher.
Yeah. But I'm also, but y'all can find me in Cypher World. I mean,
Chris Kreifer?
No, it's Chris Chipper.
Indie Rec next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Indie Rec next week. Yeah.
You know what though? We did miss 2 from last week, so
I can leave. I can leave if I'm taking too much bandwidth.
No.
Questions next week. Yeah.
Questions next week.
And then, and you know what? And just for that, thank you all, the chatters, the lurkers, the super chatters. And I just want to leave you guys with a little bit of information here, just in case. Make sure to tune in this Saturday. We're going to have special guest Sanford Green.
And Sons. No, just kidding.
Well, not quite, but he's gonna be talking to us about the follow-up to Bitterroot.
Nice.
So which is fast approaching, and so make sure you guys tune in for that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time for everyone. And until next time,
I'll be live tomorrow at 8.
Oh yeah. I just put your shit in there too. I just put your shit in there. So there you go. So that actually rolls out. So yeah, make sure y'all show up for Robo. He's gonna be live. He's gonna be talking about stuff and or things. Probably
Headlines.
both. And then we'll be out of here, man. So for Robo of Left Face TV, for Cypher of Just Chris Cypher and Cypher World, I am the Blur Without Fear. And Donald Trump, you can go to hell.